Cuffs are off, man. Get right. Too many left in these leagues, but I ain't going.
Hey everybody, Adam Rank here.
What's up everybody? It's Marcus Grant from NFL Network.
This is AJ Dillon of the Green Bay Packers.
I got to give a shout out to y'all at Get Right Fantasy.
If you are not subscribed, what are you waiting for? You want to lose your league?
Check out the Get Right Fantasy Network.
You got to get right with the Get Right Fantasy Network.
Best of luck with your podcast. Appreciate the support.
And you're tuned in to watch my boys at Get Right Fantasy Network. Get you right. Enjoy the show.
Marking nothing, but I tune every Friday. Strategies provided, I will lock in every way. So go and roll your sleeves up. Yeah, go and roll your sleeves up. And I'm getting down, cause I roll my sleeves up. And I'm getting right, cause I roll my sleeves up.
What up, world? Welcome back. I'm Classic Mike, and this is the Get Right Fantasy Network. Rasta is not here tonight. He's at his son's football game today, but he may join us later. We'll see. We'll see how far we go and if he's able to get back with us. Tonight is our game-by-game start sit, and, of course, taking your questions from the chat. And we will have a quick recap of the Thursday night game in just a second. But first, I wanted to just welcome my special guest, my good friend tonight, Martin from the Dynasty Pylon. What's going on, man? How's everything going?
What's up, buddy? No, just chill, you know. It's Friday night. Anthony told me, hey, man, what you doing? I'm like, chilling.
Yeah,
so,
I love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely love having you here, my friend. So for those that are new to Get Right, make sure you guys check out our full week of shows. We have shows on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. Mondays, we do overreactions and waiver wire targets. Wednesday, we go over Rasta. I'm never going to get it right. Rasta, management buy and sell. Jesus, why did he have to write that? Then we go Fridays like this, game by day, start sit, and a live Q&A show. And then Sunday morning, I'm back with you guys doing our actives and inactives, last minute start sit advice, getting your lineups right before kickoff, and also doing some DFS as well. And if you're watching this later, then feel free to hop into the description. Also use the timestamps, the chapter features to navigate to certain sections of the show. This is a kind of a longer show, so it kind of makes it where you can jump to the different games. We want you to get all your questions that come through, so make sure you guys check it out. So please also help us out by hitting that subscribe button. And if you're not already subbed, that like button for these particular shows. We're getting so close. We're very close to 1,000 subs. So please make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Keep your eyes out also for our 1,000 subs giveaway. Our video is coming out, very soon. I want, if you want to get a chance to win a customized ring from our guys over at TrophySmack.com, make sure you guys keep a lookout for that video. And if you want a ring like this, or maybe a belt, or a trophy, or some type of chain, man, make sure you guys check us out. Use the promo code GETRIGHT, and keep an eye out for this thing, man. This thing is hot. I can't wait until we're able to give this away to somebody. So make sure you guys get in there. So I already got a question in the chat, and I might as well just go right to it. We'll get into the Thursday night recap in just 2 seconds. So Chandler, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. So thank you for liking and subscribing. He goes, Mike Evans or Amari Cooper this week. How do you feel about just off the top of your head there, Martin? What do you think?
Mike Evans.
Yeah.
I just like the matchup better.
Okay. I'm leaning a little bit more Amari Cooper just because I like that matchup better going against Baltimore. Baltimore is just weak against the pass. Recently, I think Humphrey's still banged up, if not like really bad, or like, isn't he on the IR? I have to double check.
Yeah, but Hamilton stepped up and he did an awesome job. So that's what kind of scares me. I think they finally realized, okay, this is what we have in him. So
and Watson is a little banged up. So yeah, I might lean Mike Evans too. After talking it out. So yeah, I think we're both good on Mike Evans there, Chandler. Random half Korean. What's going on, man? Who to sit? Henry, Brian Robinson, Kerwin Williams, half point PPR. Ugh. I don't want to say it. No,
Henry?
I was thinking Henry, but I don't want to say that. It's so hard to say that.
Look, man, I don't know. Like on our channel, I've been preaching this for almost a year now. Henry was going to regress this year.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of people are like, oh yeah, he'll still be good and he'll get 2,000. I'm like, he's not getting 2,000. If you're lucky, he's getting 1,500.
Yeah.
Tajay Spears is taking over. And Cincinnati's linebackers are really good.
Legit. Yeah.
So Kyron is the only back there and the only productive guy there. So
yeah,
I really hate to say it too, man. Henry, you might as well just trade him now before.
You're waiting for a game for him though. After last week, you can't trade him for beans. So honestly,
you can still trade the name.
You might. You have to sell the name, and that's harder to do based on what you've currently seen. I'm trying to look at his match. He's going to, Brian Robinson is the only other guy that I would probably sit just because they're going against the Eagles, number one against the run. I think I'm gonna go Brian Robinson here.
Kyron Williams is definitely the guy you want.
Yeah, but who are you sitting out of those three?
God, after last week Eagles game, it was just like those front seven are just nasty.
They're so good.
You could probably roll Henry another. I don't know.
You get one more week. The Bengals are 9th against the run.
It wouldn't surprise me if both these guys put up the same numbers. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. No, I agree. I feel like Robinson to me is that guy. Just stay away from that matchup if you can. And you have Henry's and Kyrene. I think you're okay for now. So Neanderthal, what's going on? Have you heard anything new about Saquon? So we will get to that. I have. We'll see. He's been limited in practice the last 2 days. Saw a video of him running routes. He looks okay. They're going to definitely try to give him a run. Unfortunately, the advice I can give right now at this moment is if you have him at all, make sure you guys have Breida or Lockett or some type of, Monday night player. Otherwise, you're going to get to that Monday night game and you're going to be like, oh, just in case. So I'm optimistic, but we'll see. And he's probably not going to be the same, so your expectations have to be lowered. So Joshua Sanders, what's going on, man? I'm feeling really optimistic on Tank Dell this week over Garrett Wilson. Thoughts? Yeah. I think it's dude, it's Zach Wilson, man. He's killing his value.
Yeah. But we do remember, though, Wilson did play with him all last year, too, and still was kind of productive. It wasn't pretty, but, he was still kind of productive. We could see the same.
We could, but this week, it's a primetime game. It's against the Chiefs. I just don't see it. I can't. There's no world that I see him doing well this week. And, Pittsburgh for going against, Tank going against Pittsburgh, I feel a lot more confident with it seems weird to be okay with, CJ Stroud, being the guy that I care, more about, better.
I'm doing the same, but I'm not watching that game.
Oh,
just because I'm going to be scared for Stroud the entire time.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be frustrated. So that's one of the games I'm just not going to watch if I have Tank Dell.
Yeah, I get it. And it's just because you got to worry about freaking we're going to get to this game too. The pass rush is going to be nasty. Laramie Tunsil's going to be out. It's just going to be a bloodbath. I can understand that. So, but I still want to take Dell. So random half Korean goes much appreciated. No problem. What are your thoughts on Moss against the Rams being a trap game with the O-line playing their backups? So I'm still good with Moss. Just play Moss. The same guys that were in last week are in this week. They have Quentin Nelson. He's going to be fine. He's questionable. Kelly's going to be out, but they do have Richardson back, which is a good thing. So I think he'll be fine. That's just me, though. What do you think, Mark?
No, I agree. Yeah, I think you hit it.
I think until JT gets back in any capacity, he is considered the lead back until further notice. And honestly, even when JT comes back, I have a sneaky little thing where I think that Zach Moss can be used continually. Just keep him, because at one point he's either getting traded, which probably won't happen, but we'll see, because they're asking for a second round pick and no one wants to do that. And I completely understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I'm just kind of holding tight with Zach and kind of running with it, because he's been doing real great. He's running back 2, 3?
Yeah, he's up there. I'm not. He's not leaving my bench.
No,
because he's still productive the most running backs in the league right now. So
yeah, he is definitely not leaving my team in any shape, way, or form. So, AS, what's going on, man? So I was able to flip Ford for Andrews. Good for you. I have Ramondre, James Cook, Swift. Still had to replace Hunter Henry for the long run. I have the Lamar Andrews stack. Dude, what do you think?
I love for you. Man. I freaking love this.
Hey, man. Good for you. I had a trade offer for it was Jacoby Myers for for Ford, and I basically turned it down, and I'm regretting it today.
Oh man,
yeah.
They were saying that they were high on him going into the season, despite with Nick Chubb being there. They were still like, oh yeah.
I had him. I have him in a bunch of best ball leagues. I have him in our listener league. I think it was a great trade overall. I mean, you definitely were the benefactor here. So JAC, so a different AC is that was AS. So JAC goes, should I trade Thielen and Rashad White for Mostert? I wouldn't. That's just me. I don't like those two people trades. Mostert is prone to injury. At one point, it will happen. Thielen.
That was my whole. That you just said it. I don't have to talk anymore. That's it.
Yeah.
What you just said is exactly what I was going to bring up.
Dude, we always read each other mind. Each other's mind.
Every year, it happens. And I don't think this is the year he's going to be healthy. There's no way.
Yeah, and he's got A-Chain breathing down his neck. Jeff Wilson is supposedly coming back soon.
And they love Thielen over there. It don't matter who's back there. Thielen is the man right now.
Oh, I love Thielen. And then Rashad White is the only guy there. Like, he's the only back they have. I'd rather have that than...
He's the Kyron Williams of Tampa Bay right now. So.
Yeah. And they'll get their good matchups. They're definitely going to see decent teams moving forward. I would hold tight.
Right.
He goes, I traded Hollywood Brown for Ramondre Stevenson. I like that. I like that trade a lot. He accepted it immediately, so I kind of wish I tried to send him Judy first, competing with Mims and Sutton for targets. I think you lucked out either way, honestly. I would have gave away Hollywood Brown any way I could for someone like Stevenson. Is fantastic, in my opinion. I hate Hollywood Brown. I think he's just useless this year. He'll get his good, he'll have a good game here and there, but Josh Dobbs throwing the ball. I mean, they look okay, and they beat, the Cowboys.
Been doing pretty good. I stayed away from all Cardinals offense.
Yeah, me too. The only guy I want out of that offense is James Conner. He's just a volume king. Like, that's all it is. But AS goes, Myers gets a lot of targets. Raiders only pass to him, and Adams depends if you need back or receiver. Yeah. No, it was one of those things where I wasn't 100% sure at the time, and I have a couple guys in IR that I'm waiting for, so I just rather had Myers. Just feels more comfortable. He said, but JAC goes, but overall, I'm happy with the Stevenson. He's RB16, and Hollywood is 24. Yeah, like I said, stick with Stevenson. I think he's a better overall guy for you to hold on to. So JAC goes, should I trade Thielen and Laporta for Olave? He's desperate because he has Kmet as tight end in a 10-man, so he offered me that. I have Goddard as my backup. Not confident in him and love Laporta. but love Olave. Yeah, see, I'm in the same boat here, bro. I have Laporta and Thielen, and Laporta is my guy.
I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing it either. Like, I'm not gonna sell off the two best assets for my team for a guy like Olave who can fall off the face of the earth. So
history's shown Goddard kind of does get banged up a little bit every year. But he lasts like good handful of weeks, but then he's gone for like that one game. Then he comes back 2-3 games later. Well, maybe, but about, yeah.
Yeah, I'm confident in what I've seen from Laporta. Thielen is also I wouldn't say injury prone, but he's getting older and he's getting to the point where he could see more injury, and it might take him a minute to come back. But I like Thielen a lot more in the offense that he's in comparatively to what I'm seeing from Olave. Yeah, he's used, but he also has to compete with a Mike Thomas that's actually still around, which is kind of funny that he's still here even after 3 weeks. So I would just say I would hold tight for now. Be the better team in this case. Don't worry about trying to, make your team better about that. And I can see from here from Marasta, he says, keep White and Thielen, not enough for an upgrade. Don't chase the points. I agree. Joshua Sanders goes, should we be concerned about Ridley? The answer to me is a strong no. I think he'll be fine. It's the first 3 games of the season, guys. This is preseason. Think of this as preseason game 1, 2, and 3. Just think of it that way.
And I trust in T-Law. I really do.
Oh, me too.
I think he's going to do really good.
Yeah, just give it some time. It will all work out.
It's like their engine isn't really trucking on the train tracks right now, but it will be.
It will, yeah. So random half Korean goes, kind of greedy to ask, but Kirk Cousins is his quarterback. Wide receiver is Watson, Metcalf, Evans, Reed, Kupp, and J-Mo. Running backs is, I'm assuming this is Aaron Jones, Henry, Kyrie, Brian Robinson, Algier, Waller, and then I'm guessing that's Jake Ferguson. Half PPR. Yeah. Thoughts? Hate Waller. I hate Waller too, and he's on my team. Actually, I hate the system more than I hate Waller. I think Waller is a very talented tight end. It's hard to trust at this point. They don't have an identity yet, and it's hard to kind of. They were supposed to have the identity through Waller. Ferguson's fine in the meantime. I don't think you really have to do much in what you have. I think Cousins is fine. Watson will come into his own. Evans and Metcalf are good. Reed is a decent backup. Kupp's on your IR. And then you have Henry, Kyrie, Brian, and Algier. I think that's a solid lineup.
I think so too.
Yeah, just keep rolling with it.
I'm keep doing what you're doing when you ask about Brian Robinson questions.
Yeah.
For some reason, my chat does B-Rob. I'm like,
yeah,
there's 2 of them, guys.
Yeah, you gotta be clear.
No, I tell them all the time. Random. Thank you for that. Like, I don't know. That's just
we appreciate it a lot. I try to let people know in the beginning of the show as well. Make sure you guys differentiate who you're speaking about, and also differentiate what type of league it is, because otherwise I can't help you. I'll give you too many guesses, and it's not fun. So JAC goes, I want Mostert purely because I know I can couple him with a low-end wide receiver 2 and get a high wide receiver 1. My league suffers from recency bias. If you're looking to do all that, then go for it. But I honestly
do it quick.
Yeah, you got to do it like now. But I really just wouldn't. I don't like making those types of moves. I think it's silly. Keep what you got. It's been working for you. But
who cares about the rest of your league, man?
Yeah. Worry about you. So worry about you. All right, let's get into this Thursday night game. The Thursday night recap. We had the Lions at the Packers. The Packers just got destroyed in this game. It wasn't pretty at all. David Montgomery still has a stranglehold on that top running back spot for the team. I mean, he had 30 carries in this game, if not more. He had like 32 at one point.
Yeah, they just ran all over him.
It was a slaughter, and it was great to see because they were stuffing him at first, and then I got a little nervous, and then it got to a point where I'm like, stop running it. They ran it 32 times with Montgomery. I know people are waiting for Gibbs, to get a little more touch. They keep saying, we're going to run Gibbs more, and they only ran him 8 times, but he got 5 targets on top of all that. So he's still involved. He still will be involved. Just give him some time. It will work out in the long run. Jameson Williams is going to be back next week due to the a revisement in the gambling policies by the NFL and the NFLPA. So he will be back. He is going to be fine. I don't trust Williams. Like, I'm not a Williamson. Like, I don't have him anywhere. I don't like him. Like, how do you feel
really
about him?
Seen what he really is. Like, we saw a few games, but it was like not enough to like have like a real good dart throw on him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, he had a couple of good catches in his like debut. He had that one pass for like 70 yards.
He has a stronger value in dynasty leagues than he does redraft right now. So.
Agreed. And I can't, for me, I just don't feel comfortable with him in any shape, way, or form. Redraft, I'm not keeping him. Dynasty, he's definitely worth, a lower pick, but he's definitely, worth it. Yeah, for now. Laporta is now a solid tight end 1. Like, he is established. He is there. If you took the risk and went for him, you're getting paid. I have him in 6 or 7 leagues. Like, I love Laporta, and I had to have him in every league. I didn't care. I doubled them up. I didn't care. I was like, I wanted some of Laporta in one way or another. So right. I'm glad that I have him. The team looks good, solid. The line looks great. St. Brown looks great. Nothing to really say about the rest of the team. The pack looked dreadful. They didn't look like themselves, like they've been playing the last few weeks. I hope no one started Aaron Jones. Sorry, Scanlon. I know you did. Guy I'm facing this week. And Jones clearly was being eased back in. He pulled his hamstring in week 2. He wasn't himself at all. It takes more than a week, people. It takes more than a week to heal a freaking hamstring properly. I'm a 38-year-old man that pulled his hamstring 3 weeks ago, and it still hurts like hell. I can't even run anything close to what these guys can. And on top of that, these guys get treatment every day. I just am a random dude that's walking around and, so it's not easy to come back from. So you have to understand this is going to take time. I'm really surprised that he even got any snaps at all or that he played. Christian Watson, same deal. The only thing he survived in is a touchdown. So, and he barely played. They were both on.
Barely got that one, man. I was.
Oh yeah,
that was so lucky.
And he was on a snap count. They both were. So they were already, on limited downs. They were behind at one point. They just ripped them out. It wasn't even worth it. Even Dylan had a really, really rough night. Overall, Jalen Reed, Romeo Doubs, they both look good. I do like both of them. I like Jalen Reed. I think Jalen Reed's someone you should be having on your bench at least. I think you should wait. He's a definite bye-week filling guy who could, do well as a wide receiver 3. I really like him a lot moving forward. So definitely pick him up if you're able to. Other than that, this game was pretty, one-sided, and it was great to see. I'm a secret Lions fan. I hope they do well.
Yeah, it was. Look, I'm glad I can say this, that it was the Lions.
Yeah,
and the Lions defense is really good.
It
is really good. So it's like if you're not a believer now, you will be.
Yeah,
because I've been saying that they are going to turn it around here soon.
I've been saying it from the beginning. I thought this team. I watched them. It was last year. I think it was last year. They had they Hard Knocks, the whole deal. I was convinced Dan Campbell is the guy. Like, Dan Campbell is that dude. Like, big sign in the gritty team. Like, we are a gritty team. We are going to fight for everything. Like, yeah. He is the guy. Like, and you could see the whole team in that particular thing. And even I know that Jamal Williams isn't there anymore, but you could just see the passion that they all played with. Even Alanzi, I'm gonna get his name wrong. Anzalone. Yeah, that kid, very quiet, but he's quick, he's fast, he's good at coverage. He hits the hole hard. The guy was I really like him a lot. And Jay Campbell looks great. They did really good with their top 4 picks with going with Jay Campbell, Brian Branch, who thankfully came back in the game. I thought he tore his Achilles. Not going to lie. He had that weird step, and then all of a sudden, he just went down. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, and then Rodriguez is like their next man up. So
Rodriguez is
they got some good talent there.
Yeah. So keep an eye on them. They're going to do really good moving forward. So let's get to a couple more of your questions that you guys threw into the chat. Don't worry, I'm going to try to get the questions in between games. So don't worry, I see your questions. Chandler goes, trade Connor and Amari for AJ Brown PPR. Oof. I don't hate that trade.
No.
It's based on your scenario, but I don't hate it.
That.
No?
No.
Okay.
Just because the way the running back room right now is looking, it's very thin.
Yeah, and Connor's
it's
actually
only going
at
to
the
get
top
work,
of that.
and I know he's going to probably get hurt, but then he's going to come back. Like, he's never really been a season injury type guy. And Amari's still kind of the guy.
No, he is the guy. Let's just be clear.
Well, yeah, but I mean, and AJ Brown right now is just
he keeps going up and down, and they keep switching it up because they have so many weapons.
Smith is so good.
He really is.
It's his year. I think that I'm not, man. I'm gonna be classic Mike here and say no.
Interesting.
I'm gonna be safe.
This is one of the rare times that I'm actually a little bit different than you on this. I only feel safe. It's safe and conservative. It really is. I honestly, and that's how I feel about it. Honestly, it's a safe conservative move if you don't do it. But if you do it,
a risk, man.
And it's really based on your team. And you know, I'm looking. I just want to double check to see if you said anything. No, I don't see it. So honestly, if you at this point had a real need at wide receiver, that's a move I would do. And you would have to be incredibly strong at running back for me to even consider this.
Yeah. But if you're from the AJ Brown side, I would hit this immediately. So this is why it makes it so weird for me to be on the other side of the half and say no.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
It's
tough.
I look at both sides, right? And if I know I'm smashing yes on one of them so quickly that I know that the other side probably shouldn't do it.
Exactly.
And I'm looking at Connor and Amari, and I'm like, I don't think I would do this.
Yeah. I'm leaning back towards it, but I don't think I would do it unless I had a really, really strong depth at my running back. If I did, I'm doing it. If I don't, I'm not. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I feel about it. Yeah. And it's hard to see when you don't have the team in front of you. At face value, it's definitely something that I would be okay with if I'm the AJ Brown owner, like you said. So, yeah, I think it's a fair trade if that's what you're looking for. So JAC goes, with Eckler out, I need to decide running back 2 and wide receiver 2 and flex. My options are Rachaad White, Thielen, Judy, Calvin Ridley, and Josh Kelly. I've already started St. Brown, Laporta, and I'm obviously starting Pollard. Okay, so you need I gotta
2.
All right.
He needs 1 at each position.
1 at each. So I mean,
well, actually, he needs 3. Actually, he needs 3.
He needs
so 1 running back, 1 receiver, and then whoever you like out of those.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with definitely Ridley. You can't not play Ridley.
That's your definite. You know what's crazy is my definite is Thielen.
Interesting.
Thielen would be my flex. Our receiver on our flex.
I would put Ridley, Thielen, and
Kelly because of the usage.
See, but I hate Kelly hasn't done anything with it.
Guys, he's not a good player. I don't.
He's really
but
not
the fact is that it's the usage that kind of gets me.
He's going against the Raiders, who are 25th against the run.
White. I can say the same thing about White.
They're both the same player in a lot of ways. And but Corey Lindsey is out for the Chargers. I'm gonna lean White. So I'd go White, Ridley,
against New Orleans.
Thielen. I mean, New Orleans right now is Yeah, they're freaking 8th. Yeah, maybe I would go Kelly, but I don't think I'm hoping for a ball to fall on the 1 yard line and him to fall into the end zone. That's a hope and a prayer. You know what I mean?
I just
At
think it's
least
funny. Why are we even considering Judy against the Bears though?
maybe
That offense is scary.
they're
I don't like
all
that.
scary.
Yeah. And that game could be a shootout.
That game's going to be ridiculous. It's either going to be a 50, it's either going to be a 60-point game or a 3-point game. Like, it's going to be one of the weirdest games to watch. I don't know. I feel more comfortable in Ridley, Thielen, and Kelly as like my 3 based on, things. If White and Kelly are in the same tier, the defense is what breaks it for me. Yeah. So then it's Kelly. And it's a division matchup. I mean, I think the Raiders are better against the run than people think. I mean, they have a better front. So
I'm gonna say Thielen and Ridley, right?
okay. And then,
but the Bears are so bad that I think Judy could probably do something this 1 in 1 week only, and then ship them off.
Okay.
You could probably do that to all Broncos this week. If
Probably.
they do so good, like ship them off. Yeah, I'm serious.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. Yeah.
I almost want to do Thielen, Ridley, Judy. Oh, but we need a running back. Never mind.
Yeah, you need the running back. So it's White or Kelly.
Thielen, Ridley.
And then, like I said, I have to lean Kelly just because of the matchup.
Yeah.
That stinks. That's a tough one.
He'll be fine. He's got Brown and Laporta.
Yeah, you'll be fine. F in the chat for you, boy, or for your boy, benched Monty for Gibbs and fell for it for the last time. F in the chat? I don't know who F in the chat is. Is that, you mean Anthony? Did Anthony do that? I hope not. Oh, I think he did. I think Anthony did. I think he benched Monty. I could be wrong though. It is what it is. Anthony goes White, Ridley, and Judy for him. So he's kind of in the same boat, but he's a little bit more of a risk taker with Judy.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I'm looking at that. That could be a God, his ceiling could go boom this week.
Yeah. They have weird boom bust potential.
It's just the Bears. The Bears the Bears aren't good at all.
Bears are bad.
Sucks. And they'll figure it out. Like, I'm not saying it's gonna continue this way. They might figure it out. It's gonna take a while, but because they did the same thing last year, and they sucked all last season, and then the second half of the season, they're like, what is going on?
Yeah.
So I think they're gonna do the same, maybe sooner. We'll see.
Okay. So you guys are talking in the chat about the Thursday night game, so I'm just going to let you guys have that conversation with Anthony in there. ASDAFGHOP. What's going on, man? He goes, Anthony, would you start Palmer, McLaurin, Godwin, or Jacoby? So I'm going to give my take here, and it's probably going to be I love Palmer. It's just I can't make him be the guy that's above all 3 of them. You know what I mean? I would probably lean Godwin. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm going to lean Godwin there. What about you? Oh, they're going against the Eagles. I keep forgetting that.
Palmer.
Right? It's
say Palmer. Godwin does have.
He's got the Eagles. They're gonna just have to throw the damn ball. But the Eagles are
Godwin.
Yeah, isn't Tampa going against the Eagles?
I'm talking about McLaurin.
Oh, McLaurin. McLaurin is going against. Who are they going against?
Godwin has the Saints.
Godwin has the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna put Lattimore.
I'm leaning Palmer here, just because freaking what's his face? Wow, I'm
Justin
drawing
Herbert.
brain fart, but you know who's gone out of Chargers?
Yeah,
Williams. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, Palmer's my guy before I even said anything, but then I look at the rest of who's in this group, and I'm like, eh. It's either Palmer or Jacoby. Jacoby's just been killing it with targets lately, and finally finding the end
Full
zone.
PPR, yeah.
And if it's full PPR, I'm leaning Jacoby. If it's half, I might lean a little bit more towards Palmer. But yeah, I don't think you can lose with any of those choices, to be honest. But that's just me. Let me just keep running through this. Okay, they're answering questions. All right. So if Debo doesn't play, Thielen versus Minnesota, or Lockett versus your Giants, I think it's Thielen either way. Honestly.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Look at Anthony. Don't start Kelly again. I'm not starting him either. I'm starting Jacoby Myers instead of him. So that's just me. Yeah, what would you do here? If Debo doesn't play, Thielen or Lockett?
Lockett.
I'm going Thielen. And
I don't think the Giants can stop Jack. They just can't, man. And it's so frustrating to see what's going on. I'm gonna say Lockett.
They're middle of the road against the pass. They're okay against the pass, and they're ranked 16th. For me, Minnesota right now is ranked 30 or 29th, and it's a revenge game. I'm leaning Thielen. If Debo doesn't play, but even I might just play Thielen even over Debo just because Debo is banged up right now. We'll get into that. Don't worry. We're going to talk all about that just in a bit. We got Jugs in the house. What's going on, Jugs? He goes, hello, Eckler out again for me. Moving K9 out of the flex to replace him. Start one for flex. Sutton, DJ Moore. More Kelly questions. Or A-Chain. Leaning towards Sutton because consistency and matchup. Your thoughts?
You're not going to A-Chain? A-Chan? Is it A-Chan? Is that what we're hearing right now?
Chan. Yeah, it's it's a Chan. Yeah.
Okay. Am I saying A-Chan here? Who they got? Hold on. I didn't even look at that.
They got the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, you're not going to Chan here?
I was leaning.
It's either DJ Moore or Chan for me. But he's saying Sutton.
I'm not leaning more.
Because of the matchup, though.
I would lean Sutton over A-Chain or a chain. That would be me. I
Moore's
think I'm
consistent. At least the floor is higher than all these guys.
Okay, floor play is definitely more, but the ceiling play,
he has a higher floor than all these guys.
I would go Sutton though.
I like this division game. No, I'm sticking to it. I'm leaning with the Chin.
No,
I
that's
think
fine.
Despite Mostert and I think they'll figure it out. I don't know.
Okay, no, that's fair.
But Sutton can't go wrong. Like Kelly
Sutton's
out of
solid
these,
too.
Kelly's the one I care less about.
Kelly, we can't trust, so it's hard to do it. And I don't blame you, man. He plays Buffalo. He's scared of that. I get that. They're 10th against the run. This is going to be probably one of the better matchups this week. And he's right. Sutton has like 22 targets the last 2 games. He's really been killing it lately.
Huh?
Yeah, and it's against the Bears. Yeah, Bears are
it might be.
Bears are. Where are they?
You're convincing me Sutton here.
They're 18.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, 18th against the pass, and I'm good with that. And they're giving up a bunch in the red zone too. Yeah, I'm gonna go Sutton here. So, all right. Now, this is the first week we get a London game out of, I think, 3 other games we have, or weeks that we have. So we have a London game starting at 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific. We got the Falcons, versus the Jags. Right now, Jags are favored by 3. The over-under is 43.
Yeah, that's home turf, man. That's
basically,
home turf.
yeah. This is home turf for the Jags.
That's their backyard.
Yeah. Jags, the only people that are out for the Jags are Zay Jones and Devin Lloyd. They're both out. Devin Lloyd's out with a knee injury, so is Zay Jones. But right now, I mean, the guys that you're starting in this game are pretty much anybody that you have, like, except for Desmond Ridder. Like, I can't see anybody that I would not play. I'm not going to play. Well, I wouldn't play Kyle Pitts. I just not. Drake London, you can kind of fade a little bit. I just don't trust him at all. So for me, you're loading up your Jags. Play Trevor Lawrence. He'll be fine. I know that Atlanta is decent against the pass. They're 8th. I mean, they're doing pretty well. But
defense stepped up,
their defense has stepped up a little bit. They look good. Their corners are good. AJ Taylor is very good. For me, I'm just going to lean to play most of your Jaguars. You could pretty much throw out any of the Falcons that are not named Bijan or Tyler Algier, in my opinion. You can, load up on them. I think Jonnu Smith is slowly rising a little bit as a good tight end 2 option. He's getting more targets than Kyle Pitts, because Kyle Pitts is a glorified wide receiver, and they don't like throwing in the wide receiver. So that's just me. I think this game is, it should be simple. It should be fine. I don't see anything crazy going on in this game, to be, fairly honest. Teams are 1-2 and 1-2. Both have had, Jags have been on a slow start. Should be a good game either way. All right, back to the 1:00 games. We're going to go to this game that we've been talking about throughout the time with these questions. It is the Dolphins, who are 3-0, going against the Bills, who are 2-1. Right now, Buffalo is favored by 3. The over-under is 54. So this is probably the highest scoring game right now. So, I mean, Jordan Poyer is out. Dolphins have Connor Williams and Tyron Armstead as questionable. So they should be good to go. But otherwise, Bills are pretty healthy. Dolphins kind of, have a few injuries on their line, which is fine. They did fine last week. So I think they'll be okay moving forward. You're loading up every Dolphin that you pretty much own. Even Durham Smythe is somewhat you can probably play in some really, really, really deep leagues. You're not playing them in like a 10, 12 team league. But beyond that, I mean, you can pretty much throw in your Dolphins. You can throw in your Bears. Just, it's going to be a freaking slugfest, hopefully. But I think haven't the last games that have been over under 50 or higher than 50 have came in lower than 50? I remember the Jags and the Chiefs were like 50 something and they came in low. And then last week, another team. So it could just be a good back and forth battle. But
I agree. Throw your Bills, throw your Dolphins in. These division games, and usually between these two games or these two teams, are usually just airing it out.
Yeah, and this is 2 good defenses with 2 good corners, 2 good the top wide receivers, the top cornerbacks in the league, 2 really good pass rushes. I think Jalen Phillips is going to be out for this game as well. So, I mean, overall, this game is going to be a fun one to watch. And I think guys like Gabe Davis might do okay. Jalen Waddle is out as well, if memory serves me right.
I think he's playing this week, isn't he?
Or is he playing? Oh yeah, he's out of concussion protocol. That's right.
Yeah.
So he's playing. So I think Waddle's going to have a game. I think Gabe Davis is a sneaky play as well. I think a lot of they're going to do their best to kind of keep everything in front of them. I think it's going to be a lot of too deep for a lot of both teams. And DeMar Hamlin's going to be in this game. I think it's just going to be a really interesting game to watch overall.
It will be.
Yeah.
I think Miami's going to take it though, just because Poyer is going to be a main piece that's gone, and Poyer's really good.
Piece. Yeah.
Without that piece there, Micah Hyde's going to struggle by himself. So I think it's wheels up for both Hill and Waddle.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think everyone's fine. I'm just saying these sneaky
No,
plays.
yeah.
I think they're going to try to shut down the big option like Hill and Diggs, and then leaves the second guy open to go enjoy and have fun. But yeah, I think you can just load up everybody. Just enjoy the game and have everybody in. I don't think there's anybody you can sit. Maybe Dawson Knox. That's about it. And maybe he could have a decent game. You never know in these matchups, to be quite honest. All right, cool beans. So let's move on to the Vikings versus the Panthers. Oh, we got 2 0-3 teams here. Vikings will be visiting the Panthers in Carolina. It is Minnesota. They are favored by 4.5. The over-under is 46.5, which means they think it's going to be a decent game. Panthers right now have Miles Sanders as questionable. He was limited Wednesday and Thursday. He didn't practice on Friday, which isn't usually a good sign, but it could just be a rest day, to be fair. Bryce Young was a full go in practice all week. He will be playing this Sunday after being out last week, and Mingo is limited. He was limited all week and is questionable. Vikings don't really have any injuries other than I always get his name, Bradbury, their center. Other than that, everybody's pretty healthy over in Vikings world. So for me, I mean, who are the big question marks in this game? DJ Chark, KJ Osborne. I think those are the two guys that you might have question marks about where they're fringe flex plays, in my opinion. I think everyone else, I think everyone else.
You know what the Carolina Panthers should do is give Chuba Hubbard more of the role this week.
And I'm surprised Chuba hasn't gotten more in general. He's actually
they should this week.
I hope so. That would be nice.
Sanders is that groin has not been. It's been lingering since like maybe July.
Oh yeah, he's been on the report.
He's been 3 weeks in, and I think they've been utilizing him a lot. I honestly, if they were smart, they'd healthy scratch him, but I don't think they will. So I think they need to do
Sanders. No,
they need to do 60-40 with Chuba this specific game and give him more rest. But
I agree. I think they might. I do think this is a decent game for Thielen, like we've been talking about before. I don't think Mingo you can play. I don't think he's viable. Terrace Marshall is kind of fallen off the face of the earth, unfortunately.
No, I'm not going any other receiver besides Thielen here.
Yeah, Thielen for the Panthers is the only guy.
Depending on how deep your league is, like maybe Chark, but Thielen's for sure the guy out of the Panthers. You going Addison Jefferson, or my bad. The Vikings are Addison Jefferson.
Yeah, you can maybe throw KJ Osborne in a 12-team league in a flex if you're really desperate, but I'm saying desperate, bro. In my league, it's a 10. Hopefully you're not in that scenario, but I could see that. Hawk, you're playing. Cousins, you're playing until further notice. He's QB1. Just throw him out there. You'll be fine. But yeah, I mean, this game is pretty simple. There's really nothing to really get into just because there's not a ton of injuries and everyone's, pretty good to go. The game we were talking about before, another 2 other 0-4 wow, let me try that again. We have 2 0-3 teams again facing off. Broncos are going to Chicago to face the Bears. Denver is favored here by 3.5, and the over-under is 45.5. Judy was limited with a knee injury on Friday. Other than that, everyone else is pretty much healthy. Bears have injuries on defense with Eddie Jackson and a few other guys. Other than that, I mean, honestly, we've just talked about a lot of these guys. I think the biggest question mark in my head is Javonte Williams. Javonte Williams has been dreadful for the last few weeks, which is honestly sad.
I'm not playing him. You could throw him in the trash can with Najee Harris.
Oof, I was just going to compare.
Wait till they change the bag, maybe, figure it out. But, I mean, and what I mean by that is you're not dropping him.
No, you got to put him on.
I'm not playing him at all. It sucks. I'll put Moss over these guys.
Oh, yeah. I have Moss ranked at 9 and Javonte at like 26. Like I'm
just saying that's how bad it is. Like I would never in a million years. You asked me this last year, 2 years ago. Moss is gonna be a better running back than these two. I'm like, no, you're high.
Javonte is clearly a better runner. The problem is the Broncos themselves. I don't know what they're trying to do, and if they are running what they did, it's true because you see Sutton's
This
doing
could be
well.
the game, though. But
If you're gonna pick a game for him to do well, this might be the game. But you're betting a lot. It's risky. It's risky. It is. And Javonte has been in the same conversations as Najee Harris. They're both at the bottom. They're 31 and 32 against the run. It's one of those things where if you're feeling frisky, throw them in. But I doubt in my mind of minds that you have anyone that let me rephrase. I bet that you have somebody that is way better than Javonte Williams on your team at this point. You drafted him as your your running back 3. So you're definitely playing other guys. And unless you had Chubb that went out and you're now playing him, and that's your only option, then play with it. And honestly, he could do well. He could have I have a situation where I lost Chubb. I only had Zach Moss as my running back 1, and I had Monty. Yeah. And then I had Monty, who's sitting on my bench when he's been hurt for 1 week. And then I throw him in because I really have no other choice. I don't have anybody behind him. I have Kendrick Miller and I have Joshua Kelly. And I don't like either one of those guys playing. And I'm like, yep, well, I guess got to play Monty. Threw him in there, lucked out. If you want to feel that way, enjoy. But Williams is a risk. On the other side of the ball with the Bears, I think the other conversation is, can we trust DJ Moore moving forward? Is Fields even worth it anymore? I never liked Fields to begin with, so I am out on that conversation.
the conversation to have there is you can still play DJ Moore.
Okay. You feel confident in him?
Yeah, his entire career has been this way. And if you haven't noticed and you're still doubting him, he still puts up numbers. I mean, look at his best quarterback. His best quarterback was freaking Bradford. Not Bradford. Freaking God, I forgot his name already. Backup for 49ers. Sam
Darnold.
Sam Darnold.
Okay.
That's his best QB his entire career, and he still was productive. He's just one of those guys. You just kind of the dude just gets 10 points a week. If you're in a full PPR, probably about anywhere between 8 and 15, and you just kind of just leave him there.
Yeah.
It's not anything crazy, but you know that the floor is higher than most. I can arguably say he has the highest floor of all receivers. You know that he's going to get at least 8 points minimum.
Okay, that's fair.
It's not anything nice to say. It's just the way his career has been. Doesn't matter who's back there. He just somehow makes it happen.
Yeah, he gets open. He guts it out and just gets you the bare minimum to get you past what you need. And I get
athletes. They all have 1 or 2 bad games a year, but it happens.
Of course.
Fields is one of those guys. Again, depending on how you feel about him, I think that
I'm out.
In a dynasty league, you're keeping him, but in a redraft league, you are now considering: do I bench this guy? He's probably on your bench already. You probably cut him already, but it is week 3. We're going into week 4. You kind of have an idea of now what they do. If they don't change it up now, because this would happen last year. A lot of people I saw drop Justin Fields.
Oh, yeah, I remember. And then they picked him up, and then he blew up like a freaking rocket.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you have a starting QB now, all the way till his bye week or whatever, and he still hasn't done anything, then you might go back and revisit this question. Yeah. But for me, in a redraft league, I'm keeping him on my bench, but I'm not starting him until my main starter hits his bye week. And then I make this drastic decision because he may become, screw the coaches, screw this team. I'm just going to run and I'm going to get my 1,000 yards rushing. So that's just how I feel about it. But
yeah, no, I get it.
Other people,
I'm just out on Fields as a real life quarterback.
I get it.
Real life quarterback, he's horrible running. The only reason why he's viable is because he can run. And other than that, all his stats can show me that. They show me that he's not doing well. I just don't.
It's a horrible team. It's never been good. They don't do anything for them. It's like you
No.
could put anybody back there,
And
they're not going to do any good either. Like, it doesn't matter. The Bears are just so horrible at the line. Any
that
quarterback back there could do just as bad as him.
Agreed. And if you put him on the 49ers, it could be a different, story. You could put him on the Eagles
probably.
or whatever. You
that's
could
a
have the
different
argument
universe,
of Fields with, based on line. I definitely understand that completely. But this time, this date, as of today, now it is September 30th.
He's on my bench.
Yeah, he's on my bench. I am not playing him.
Is he on your waivers? Like, you're just...
No, I'm just out on him. I won't even attempt to pick him up, even if he's there. Like, he's just not worth it to me. It's not worth the struggle to go week to week trying to figure out what to do with him. I want steady, consistent, and guys that put up points. I am fine with getting a guy like CJ Stroud if he's available. Perfect guy. I would grab him in a heartbeat. Brock Purdy, another guy, have no problem picking up and would have on my bench. Jared Goff, same thing. Kirk Cousins, like those guys, I am more than happy with getting, and they don't run. They throw the ball.
Saying, we've seen the ceiling for this guy.
Agreed, and the ceiling's high.
It's really high. Like he was like QB top 5 for like multiple weeks last year. So
or QB 7 last year, and Daniel Jones was QB 9. So
no, like total. I'm just saying like he was QB 1 like. I think 3 weeks.
Like 2-3 weeks,
year, yes. And then he was top 5 for multiple weeks. So it's like, I don't know. For me, he's benched, but I'm not getting rid of him.
On the other side of the ball with Russell, I think he's viable, but he's more of a he's more of a quarterback 2 than he is a quarterback 1. So he's more of like he's just a super flex league guy. Like I don't see him otherwise starting.
Excellent spot to put him.
Yeah. So Neanderthal had a good question. He said, should I start the Buffalo D? Problem is I have no other defense, and everyone on my team is undroppable because including the Buffalo D. Then don't worry about it. It's not worth it. It's not worth dropping a player that is undroppable for a defense to switch it or to hold 2. It's not that time of year. When you're closer to the playoffs, I would be the first one to tell you that that's okay. But in this case, no. It's too early in the year. I understand you're playing Miami. I wouldn't stress too much about it because they're a better defense than Denver. Like you can't use Denver as the end all be all. Like this game they're probably going to get a low scoring number. I'd say probably 2-3. They'll get a sack here and there.
That's 2-3 points that you would have compared to sitting them. I think he's scared is that Miami's just going to torch him.
Yeah, that's
they're not going to put 70 on him.
Well, that was my whole point. Like they're not going to put 70 on him. They're not going to make it where this game, is going to be out of control. Could it be a high scoring game for both teams and they're both scoring 30 on each other? Of course, they definitely could. But at the same time, they're still going to make it up in sacks. They're still going to make it up in some shape, way, or form throughout the game. The game is in New York, and hopefully this weather clears out by then because we're supposed to get some real bad weather continuing on throughout the night. If you looked at the weather reports or looked at the weather in Brooklyn right now, I mean, they're under freaking 8 inches of rain right now. It's bad.
Yeah, but this is why I also give the advantage to Buffalo as well. I'm not sitting them. I'll play them.
I'm not sitting them.
And just having, again, like what Mike
said.
Oh,
he's wondering about dropping them to pick up another defense. And I'm like,
she said, should I sit Buffalo?
And then pick up somebody.
Where do you say pick up?
Yeah, good point.
It's just either start or sit. He's scared that they're going to get blown out, so I'd rather sit him than not get negative points. No. But I'd play them and just give me my 5 points. Like they're not going to do anything crazy. My theory on this game is probably going to be like 34-20 freaking 8 or something.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable. That sounds about where I'm going. So, yeah, Neanderthal, don't stress. Just play him and get the points that you can. 2 is better than 0. So I'm going to butcher the name. Lucius. Okay, Lucius. What's going on, man? He goes, got a trade request come into me giving up Gibbs for Mostert. What do you think? I wouldn't do it.
Got a trade request coming in. Giving up Gibbs for Mostert. Oh, no.
No, do not give up Gibbs. Gibbs is someone you cannot. You can't.
And to make you feel a little bit better, Lucius, Mostert will probably go down. And that's not even my main reasoning. The main reasoning is if they continue to work Montgomery the way they did last time, that is way too much.
Yeah,
that dude's gonna get hurt. Honestly, I looked at the that was like what 32 they said? Was it 32?
32 times.
That's a lot.
And that didn't include his 2 targets.
He's on a short week. Well, not a short week, but a regular.
Well, they have a long week. Yeah.
If it was like a Thursday game and they didn't play till like the following Monday, that's a week and a half, right? But no, they literally like played him like 7 days later, and then they got Monty out there again. The dude, it wouldn't surprise me if Monty struggles next week.
Oh, I agree, and that's the thing. I honestly. I like Monty a lot. I'm a big fan of him in many ways. I was a big fan of him in Chicago, and he's going to a better team. And you see what he can do with a better team, honestly. And I know he did it with 32, and, you can look at the numbers.
I'm not doing it for someone who's going to get injured prone. Like, he's going to get banged up. Week 6, Mostert's going to get hurt.
Chase the points.
Yeah, no. Screw all that.
No. Mostert's a very good back. Let's just be clear. He is
healthy,
fast,
but he's never healthy.
And that's where I was leading. Yeah. And that's exactly what it is. So don't stress too much. Keep for now. Don't move him yet. We got Robert Perez going. What wide receiver do y'all think I can go after with Ramondre Stevenson and A-Chain?
So both of them as a package?
Yeah. Those packages are tough to come by, bro. I'm not going to lie. If you're trying to get someone with those, I mean, you could probably aim up in the category of like St. Brown, Lamb.
Yeah, dude, I was thinking Lamb right now.
Yeah. I don't like Lamb at all.
Actually looking at Lamb right now. Lamb, but I don't think the owner would do it.
No,
depending on what they had. But Ramondre and A-Chain, there had to be a team that has to be struggling.
Yeah. I mean, if you have a team that's struggling that needs running backs and you are good at you're okay at running back, which if you
just
don't
do it for Puka Nacua, please. If you decide to do this, don't do it for Puka.
Don't go after Puka. I mean, you might, you know what? If you're going to go after Puka, at least do a chain and that's it. Leave Stevenson.
No, Puka, maybe.
No. We'll get into that in a few minutes because I have my own thoughts about that for the Chargers game. So don't worry. We'll get into that conversation. I promise.
I would just, I don't know. I like them both. Yeah, running backs are going to run thin here soon, even more thin. Like bye weeks are going to come.
Oh yeah,
they're going to get hurt. Honestly, I'm keeping all my running backs right now. I'm trying to get as much running backs right now, just because the talent out there is not going to be good in the secondary.
Yeah. And Anthony's going maybe Kupp, maybe Ridley if the owner is panicking and needs running backs. The issue is you're not getting a top 12 guy without giving him a wide receiver in return. Yeah, I agree with that too.
I would just keep them both.
Run at this point. You're better off having more points than all your other teams and getting as far ahead as you can. And then, see, I'm one to wait until the trade deadline or closer to the trade deadline if I can, and then grab the players I need because then I can see if I'm in a spot where I should trade. Mm-hmm. Because if you're 0-3, okay, if you're trying to get out of a hole, that it means that you should. But if I'm in the 1-2 or the 2-1 or the 3-0, I'm waiting. I'm just ready. Yeah. I'm just going through my guy. The only time I'm looking to trade is if I need to. There's no need to at this point. Give yourself a break. Everyone's going to be fine. All right, let's move on to the Ravens at the Browns, both 2-1. Right now, currently, the Browns are favored by 2.5. The over/under is 40.5. Right now, Deshaun Watson is limited. He's been limited all week with a right shoulder injury, so he's been having some issues. It was talked about a little bit more today. He's just having issues with his right arm, which isn't a good thing. They don't really have much behind him. So that's one big injury. The other injuries are on the Ravens, and of course, water is wet. Odell Beckham is going to be out for this game, and Rashad Bateman are going to both be out. I've been saying it all year, guys. I'm not a Bateman fan, and this was part of it. He has a Liz Frank injury from that he's recovering from. I'm telling you, it's not worth it. Justice Hill is questionable, so he might play. That's going to be one big running back carousel of Justice Hill, Melvin Gordon, and Kenyon Drake. So you can, if you really want to ride that train, enjoy. I'm not. It's just not worth it against the Browns. Yeah. Well, no, Gus, I think, is out. I think Gus, he might be. And even if he isn't, I'm still not riding on that train. I remember he got hurt. He definitely got hurt last week.
Okay.
Because I remember seeing him out, and it was only Justice Hill. Let me.
No, he's good. He's good now. He's good.
Oh, he is good. Okay, my bad. So even if he's there, it's a four-headed monster. No, okay, he's there.
No,
he was in.
He's playing this week.
He was in concussion.
It was 7 hours ago. It was fairly new. So
my bad.
Gus is playing, and that's the only guy I'm trusting. Like it just is.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan in that particular situation. So
you hate Ravens overall. Like it's just like
I'm not a big fan. The only guys that I even like in this offense are Andrews and Zay Flowers. Those are the only two I'm even willing to play in any shape, way, or form. Ronald goes, who still has Bateman or OBJ on their team? Drop them ASAP. I agree. I've never been a fan at all. So I'm just gonna leave that be. Zay Flowers, you're fine. Play him, you're good. Jerome Ford, I think, is fine. I think Cooper is good. I think you're good with that. I think those are really the only guys that I'd be willing to start without there being a hesitation behind it. Njoku has kind of fell off the face of the earth. I thought he'd be doing a lot better than he is.
Yeah, especially with that contract renewal that he did last year.
Oh, everything. Just the contract, the chemistry he had with Watson near the end of the year. I thought honestly they were going to just funnel it to him and make him the guy. So I'm
still a lot of football left. We'll see.
Agreed. So Jerome Ford, I'm good with. I'm kind of fading Watson. I don't think I would play him this week either. Lamar, you're going to play just because it's Lamar and his rushing floor. Other than that, I don't think I'm playing too many guys in this game overall. The 40-point over under isn't really making me, not making me that, happy about it. Mm-hmm. So, all right, let's move on to some questions that we got. Roberto goes, thanks, bros. Who do you all think I should start between Kirk, Ramondre, Rashad Johnson, or a chain at the flex? I mean, if you had me rank them, it's going to be probably Stevenson, a chain, and Kirk.
That's number one for me.
Yeah, I think I think you have to go Ramondre, just because. I mean,
I'll go Ramondre, Kirk, Chen, and then Johnson.
Okay. Yeah, Johnson's the last guy on this list for me. I mean, they're facing Dallas. Dallas is actually third against the run. So I understand why you're kind of hesitant on playing Ramondre.
The game was a fluke. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah,
I watched that game and I was upset for the boys. I was just like, "What are you guys doing?"
I wasn't.
I know because you're a Giants fan, but I'm being biased about this and unbiased. It's the fact that I know the boys' defense is a lot better than that.
So much
and
better.
they had just all had a bad game and they weren't connecting. And the Cardinals figured it out.
Yeah, they figured out a way to win. And honestly, I think they lost the memo to lose. But it's one of those things where Dallas is much better than everyone gives them credit for in a lot of ways. I know that I bash them a lot. They are probably one of the better defenses out there. Dan Quinn with Parsons is just it's scary. It's scary. And even without Trayvon Diggs, who I understand is a big part of that defense.
Yeah, but Devin Wilson's just as fun. He's
Yeah.
so underrated. He's so underrated.
He's a good corner. But overall, their front seven is better than anybody else's. So I think right now, well, I mean, not better than everybody's, but they are probably one of the top 5 in the league. So I wouldn't stress too much. But yeah, I think Stevenson can be okay. I think they're going to try to keep the offense. Well, they don't want to keep. They want to keep the defense on the field, but they don't want to. I don't think they want Mac Jones throwing the ball.
Right.
So
But
I think
for this particular, you're going to go with Stevenson no matter what, even though despite the Jags might play the Falcons.
Yeah. So
I'm kind of leaning the same too.
Yeah.
The Falcons actually are very surprisingly good at defense this year.
Yeah, they're doing pretty well. Grady Jarrett clogging the hole, doing well.
Trust
on
me,
the outside.
I give them crap all the time.
Yeah.
And that's not because I'm a Falcons fan. I legitly am still trying to accept this because I'm so used to being the worst defense in the league usually.
Yeah.
No, it's the truth. They suck. They suck. I don't care. And then for the one time it's oh, they're actually good. I'm nah, I'm still not on this with you. I still have to watch the entire season to finally accept that you're good. I don't care. It's just
I get it.
You can see my soul just burn.
Anthony says Kirk for him. We got Steve going, who would you rather start week 4, James Cook or Jacoby Myers for your flex? That's a great question. I'm going to go James Cook. And especially half PPR, I'm definitely rolling James Cook.
Yeah. James Cook.
Yeah. I mean, Jacoby Myers is fine, and I think he's a solid floor. He's more of a ceiling play.
Buffalo is doing what we've been asking them to do. Finally.
Yeah. Well,
using their running backs, and they haven't been doing that.
They need to start using the one that they have that they know is good.
That is very true, but for some reason they love James Cook. I don't know.
And I kind of agree with Anthony here with Myers. If Jimmy starts, if Jimmy isn't starting, I would probably not be starting Myers, but I would feel okay with it in some leagues because Hoyer's their backup, and they both knew each other back in New England, and they both worked together. I would be okay with it, but I prefer James Cook regardless. I think James Cook is a better overall running back. So for
opportunity is key.
Yeah,
and that's what that's it
for sure. And they're going to want to keep their offense off the field, run the ball, time management, defense, time management, run the ball. All right, so. Let's move on to the Steelers, who are 2-1 going against the Texans out in Texas, who are 1-2. Pittsburgh is favored by 2.5 in this game. The over/under is 42. Texans don't have Laramie Tunsil. He will be out. Jalen Petrie is off the injury report and back this week, which is huge for that particular Texans defense. I mean, this kid is electric.
I've been waiting for him to come back so bad.
Yeah, I bet. He's somebody that we both
he's
really
my best
like.
DB, man.
Yeah. He's an absolute stud. I actually just picked up for my league, which I know you hate, is Dax Hill. And
why? What the hell? No, I love Dax Hill.
No, I never said you didn't. I'm just saying.
You said I hate. Chill.
No. You hate my league.
Oh no, your league, your league sucks. 100%. That I agree.
But I'm running with I'm running with Dax Hill. So
no, that's a great pick.
Yeah. So I've been running with him and Fred Warner so far. So we'll see how that continues. It's been here and there. But anyway, back to the Steelers and the Texans. I think you can until further notice, you're benching Najee. I can't play him. I don't even. Jalen Warren is still tough for me to even tell you guys to start or put in a flex spot. This week might be a decent week for Najee. The Houston Texans are 29th against the run. So for me, I don't really mind it if you had to play him in a flex spot. But if you have better options, I would try to find them. Najee just looks slow. He doesn't look like himself. He's barely getting any volume. He's in on first, second down, and then they pull him. He just doesn't look good. The matchup's great, but he doesn't look good. No. So I'm avoiding that. Pickens
in And my co-host Mark and I, like, we talked about this after his rookie year. I'm like, they overused him fast.
His first year, yeah.
He's already coming into the league as a 24-year-old, so he's already got miles. Like, everyone's like, oh, he's a rookie, he's fresh, he's new. I'm like, no, he's actually pretty old as a rookie. Yeah. So he's already coming in where some running backs come in at age 20.
Yeah.
Think about it.
But didn't he have he came in at 22 and didn't he have the most touches as a rookie?
No, it was ridiculous. Like, his body has been used more. Like, it was a fresh paint job, but the engine inside was overworked.
Okay.
And that's how I saw him in his rookie year. They overused him. Big Ben didn't really have an arm, so his first target was him. So it was just like Najee.
And it was the last year they had their like decent line, and they had all their good pieces. Yeah.
If he does revamp anywhere, it might be because Warren's done.
Yeah.
Like, Warren gets injured, or Najee. Did they even pick up his fifth year?
I don't remember.
Yeah, so I don't know, but we'll see. Najee is kind of out for me right now. He's a very good running back. I think at some point they should use him more, but he's just not. It's not showing.
Yeah, I think a guy that you can target a little bit in more deeper leagues, I'd say in 14-team leagues, or even a really, really like high flex league in 12-team, is Calvin Austin. They've been getting him more involved since Deontay's been out. He looks good. He's quick. He's little, so he's able to get out of routes quicker. Pickens is still fine. You don't have to worry about him. But I think that Austin is a good bench stash for now. I said it before. I'll say it again. Hamstrings, even when you come back, you're not always 100%. And you also have a good probability of re-injuring or re-aggravating that. So, and even if you do everything possible. Yeah. So honestly, I would really keep him on your bench for now. Definitely a sneaky pickup, because you rather have him on your bench now than when he goes off. I think Freiermuth is fine. Texans side of the ball, I mean, it's definitely Tank Dell and Nico Collins. You could throw either one in. CJ Stroud has been killing it. One of the top quarterbacks so far. One of the best with air yards as well. I mean, he's just slinging the damn thing. Pass attempts are crazy. Never seen this many from a quarterback. Wasn't expecting it, to be honest. I actually was the other way. And Damian Pierce, I mean, you can play him in flex spots, but other than that, I don't think he's really viable. I have him. Where do I have him? You got to hope he runs into the end zone.
I don't know. I don't have him anywhere.
I have him at 28. So, I mean, I have him right above Najee. Like, these two are, the same. Steelers are 27th against the run. They're a really good defense, though. So, I think they're going to try to keep away from the pass. They could kind of slow it down a little bit and run a little more. So maybe he's a decent play this week, but I would only use him as a flex play, in my opinion. So we got Roberto Perez back going. Do y'all think I should trade a chain for Ayuk? And the quick answer is no. I'm going to say no.
Really?
Yeah, I like you.
Quick answer.
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Reverse it.
I think.
Yeah. Get Ayuk. My bad. I thought you had Ayuk. My bad.
No. He's giving away
a chain for Ayuk. Do it.
But he can't go wrong with sticking with it, because Mostert will get hurt.
Agreed.
Ayuk, hold on. Nah, you know what? No. Ayuk is probably the most trusted receiver that I would be okay with just leaving there and never touching.
Yeah, for me,
set him and forget. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, no, I get that. I rather have Ayuk.
I would do that trade. Yeah,
I would do the trade in a heartbeat. Yeah.
Figure out running back out, but Ayuk is he's solid.
Yeah. So Steve goes, would you give Justin Fields one more shot? I'm never gonna give him a shot, so I'm not answering this.
I'm talking about this specific.
Would you give him one more week? In this week being that week,
I'm not. Okay, so I don't think Steven was here earlier. I don't think that he's droppable.
No, you can't drop him.
But I don't think he's startable. So he's sitting on your bench. And if you're saying for this week because he's against the Broncos, I don't, because here's the thing. We're in the same cycle as we did last year. Everyone was trashing Justin Fields. Everyone was trashing Justin. Yeah, he's trash. And then all of a sudden, everyone had their change on him when he was putting up 40 to 50 points on their leagues. It's like, shut up, dude.
Yeah.
Where were you last week when you were saying this? And then people are still saying it now. Like, and we're humans. What is the saying, which I freaking hate and I don't use it a lot? It's what have you done for me lately?
Yeah.
That's exactly what's going on right now.
Yep.
And I think that Fields, once he starts popping off again, because he probably will.
Yeah.
I'm not saying when, but this happened to the Bears last year.
Yeah.
They decided to become a real team second half of the, but when it was already too late. So Fields is not going to be on my starting roster until I start seeing,
something. But I think a lot of people are feeling the same way, where they're like, I don't want him to have that boom game on my bench.
Well,
and
yeah, but you know what though? But
I agree.
Everyone who has Fields
advocate
is going to do the same thing. Everyone who has Fields has another quarterback starting above him right now. And if you don't, wow, your league is probably scarce at QB, and I feel sorry for you. But,
no. I personally, I mean, I get what Ron's saying in a lot of ways. He's saying to play him against Denver. Are you crazy?
You can if
I'm starting him. He's a solid floor play if you really are in a situation. Like, let's just say you have David Montgomery and you had Sam Laporta last night. The guy you're playing had Aaron Jones and nobody else that went, and you're going against this kid, and you have Fields on your bench or as your QB, and you have, let's just say, Geno Smith as your backup.
Mm-hmm.
I would play Fields, roll with it, run with it. You're okay. Just let it go, because you're up 50 some odd points, and you're okay. If you're the other guy and you have that situation, if you're Aaron Jones in this particular hypothetical, and you have right now a choice between Geno Smith and Justin Fields, I'm going Geno.
Mm-hmm. You're against the Giants. Like, it depends.
Yeah.
How you feel on him. If you look, Ronald, if you want to put him in, I'm not going to say don't go put him in. For me, I just can't. Like, I just need to.
Understood. In most scenarios, I'm probably not either.
But I feel that why people are saying this is the game to do it.
If you're going to do it today, like, this is the week. But I am personally,
I'll tell you that right now.
I'm just not doing it. So, Ron, I get it. Most you guys can kill me in the comments. Enjoy. I've never been a fan of the guy. I had him, I think, beginning of the year, ranking him and everything. I had him real low. I just don't see it. So, Steve goes, I've played Cousins every week, but he's supposed to go off this week. I would play Cousins until further notice. Cousins is the safer play. Cousins.
Can you afford a loss? Let's put it this way. Are you freaking 3-0? Are you 3-0? And if you want to go 4-0 with the risk of putting Fields in, go for it. But if you're 0-3, I'm leaning Geno or Cousins.
Yeah.
Over Fields, because
I'm playing, and even Ron agreed. I'm playing Cousins over Fields. Cousin understood, Ron. And all I'm trying to say in this case is that you have two better guys, in my opinion, that are better than Fields. And I'm using Geno as a hypothetical.
We're not going to
person.
convince Ronald. The dude's
No,
keyed on Fields, which is fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Love your guy, die in the hill. I just can't.
Oh, yeah,
I'm going to die on this hill over here.
I die with the players I like too, and that's fine.
Oh, me too. But he's not one of them. I would go Cousins and roll with it, in my opinion. All right, let's get back into it. We got the Rams, who are 1-2, going against the Colts, who are 2-1. They will be in Indianapolis to face them. It is an even spread. Oh my. 46 points. Anthony Richardson is out of concussion protocol. He will be back this week. Yeah. Well, I didn't mind Gardner.
No, because I like Pittman. Pittman has been pretty good since he's been on the field. So.
No, you're right. I was very shocked to see it, but I'm glad that Pittman is doing well, thankfully.
I mean, they're both like freaking tall as hell, and they're
Yeah.
playing out there with shorties. It's like, yeah, it's easy to throw from one tall guy to another. It's like
True. And this time he's got a test against Aaron Donald this week. So we got Quentin Nelson is listed as questionable, and then we also have Ryan Kelly, who will be out. So the starting center for the Indianapolis Colts will be out. He's a Pro Bowl center. So this kid is, missing him is a big deal, but they actually have a pretty good backup for him. I forgot the name off the top of my head, but he is pretty good. He will be out there. Tyler Higbee is questionable. They list him as an Achilles injury. I think it just means a back of a leg or like back of the ankle injury. Limited Friday only. He just popped up on Friday. So just be aware of that. If you have Tyler Higbee, I'd find a second option just in case. We're not at the 4:00 games. No. So he's at the 1:00. We'll know ahead of time. But either way, I mean, you're playing on the Rams. Stafford is probably not someone that you're going to be playing this week because you probably have someone better. Puka Nacua, I think, is pretty fine. You're going to play him until further notice. You have to. Kerwin Williams, you're going to play him. That's fine. Don't stress about it. You'll be fine. Colts side of the ball, Zach Moss, play him until you can't. He's
until he's dead.
Until they run him into the ground. He is the main guy. He will be the main guy and will continue to be the main guy until Jonathan Taylor comes back. Anthony Richardson, I think you can play. He has a solid floor. We can see what he does with his legs as well as his arm. I think he's been doing just fine. Michael Pittman, who we talked about before, I think he's a solid play as well. Josh Downs is starting to kind of pick up as well. Pick up the slack in the slot. So I think he is someone that you should at least pick up and stash for now, keeping him on his bench and just kind of waiting your turn for him. None of the tight ends in this particular matchup are worth it except for Higbee, and Higbee is probably not going to be playing. But if he is, he should be okay. He usually plays most of the snaps anyway. So not much really else to say about this game. That's pretty much the long and short of it. Ronald goes, Downs is not bad at all because Richardson loves him. Yeah, they both love each other. I think he is, good to go. So yeah.
You worded that, man.
So we got the Buccaneers, who are 2-1 going against the Saints in a NFC South battle. Saints are 2-1 as well. Wait, NFC South. I don't know if I said East, but NFC South battle. New Orleans is right now they're favored by 3. Over under is 39. So this is going to be a very defensive game. Derek Carr is listed as questionable after having a really bad shoulder injury. He landed pretty hard on that right shoulder.
It's Jameis, man.
I'm pretty well. I was going to say, if you have Derek Carr, make sure you have Jameis Winston, because I guarantee it's going to be Winston.
Oh my God, that game's going to be so annoying, man.
It's going to be bad. It's going to be.
Do I have anybody in Dynasty Pile on here? I hope not, because I don't say this name.
Just Ron.
I don't say Taysom Hill. On our show, that name is banned.
You know how much I love Taysom Hill. We're not.
We don't say his name because he is the most stupidest player I've ever seen when it comes to fantasy football. He's listed as a QB/tight end. Still makes plays, and he plays running back.
Yeah.
Don't tell me he doesn't, because he lines up and he runs straight and he gets yards. Screw that guy. And that's the problem with the issue with the Saints right now. With Carr gone, you're going to see a lot of Hill, and you're going to see a lot of, well, it should be Jameis Winston, but
yeah,
I'm not watching that game. I can't stand it.
This game is going to be interesting. Bucs don't really have any big injuries other than on the defensive side of the ball. They got, Vita Vea and White dealing with issues. Dean and a
Can he
few
be
others.
tight end, like super flex right now. Like, can he be a tight end right now?
Who?
Hill.
Oh, just keep him at tight end.
He's listed as a tight end on most
Yeah.
league. Well, the sleeper he is. I don't like most of us play sleeper, right?
Sleeper, he's listed as a QB. I picked him up.
No, it has to be. I think he's both, man.
No, I'm telling you now. I have him listed as a QB. I have him in our listener league. I picked him up and then I dropped him.
Did they change it this week?
They might have, but it's definitely
no. He's a freaking tight end quarterback on mine.
Last I checked on mine, he wasn't, but I could be wrong. I've been known to be wrong once in a while. But if he is, I
hate this guy so much, man. This guy can win leagues next week until Carr gets back. I can't stand this mofo.
Yeah.
Anthony, we don't speak of this on my channel, okay, because I'm saying his stupid name. But his name is banned from our channel. But
they have I see him listed. Yeah, they have him as QB and tight end.
He could be such a sneaky freaking player.
He's a great. He's probably a really good super flex play.
Holy crap, bro! I don't think I've ever felt more. No.
Kendrick Miller, I don't think you're going to play. I really do think you can just hold him on your bench. Alvin Kamara is coming back from suspension, so he could be available. Oh, he will be available for this game. I don't think you play him. I think you wait a week. I think he's definitely someone you got to just kind of wait and see how he does against the Bucs. Bucs are a good barometer to kind of get an idea of how well, or if he's back into shape or anything like that. Kendrick Miller is just someone you want to hold and just kind of see. So I'm not playing any of the running backs on the New Orleans side other than Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill you could kind of throw in as a low-end tight end one if you really want to, or a flex play, or they're going to use him. That's the main thing.
He might be a good tight end to play right now this
That's
week.
what I'm saying. This week, a tight end maybe.
I hate this so much.
I know. It's tough. Bucks, Baker is just so unusable at this point, even though he's good. I think Baker's been playing better than people expected.
I'm actually doing it, dude.
Oh, good for you.
I'm actually going to do this, and I don't know how I like doing it.
Do it. I traded away Taysom Hill so I didn't have the temptation. I love him so much.
He's sitting in freaking free agency right now.
Oh, grab him. Just grab him. For the show, grab him. Anyway.
No, I don't care about you. I care about the winning.
I know you do.
And just put him at the tight end spot, man.
Oh, I get it. Do it. I have Laporta. I'm not getting rid of him. So.
Yeah, but do you? Yeah, I think I'll play him over Kincaid. That's how strong I feel.
Oh, I would play over Kincaid.
Knox has been one of those guys where he's been stealing everything.
Yeah, I might do it. I have Knox. I have Kincaid at 14 though. I might have to do some moving around of stuff, but yeah, I might do it.
He is an interesting pickup for everyone this week.
Oh, if you can grab him, grab him.
Yeah. I'm grabbing him so no one else can grab him.
Yeah. At least have him somewhere.
If he puts up 10 to 20 points on my bench, I'll be okay with that as long as nobody else gets it. Let's just put it that way. I already did it.
Nice. So we got Baker. He's a decent flex play. I'm more honestly, I like Baker as a flex play comparatively to just one QB. Godwin, Evans, they're fine. Roll them. You're fine. Caden Auden is slowly coming into his own, but I can't trust him as a tight end yet. Rashad White is fine, but he's more of a flex play, in my opinion. And they're going against the Saints, who are pretty good against the run. So I would lower your expectations and only use them if you have to. All right, we got Neanderthal. I don't know if I can pick this because I'm facing you, but I don't know if. Oh no, it's a different league. So he goes pick 2, standard league. D Hop, DJ Moore, Garrett Wilson, or Zay Flowers.
Moore is my hot pick right here.
Okay.
Just yeah. And probably freaking no, I don't know about Yeah, maybe Flowers.
I'm leaning Flowers. So for me, I definitely agree with you with Moore.
Okay.
I'm gonna lean Flowers.
I don't like
Yeah.
the fact that he's against Cleveland, but D-Hop is also facing the Bengals. So you could go either way for me. But for me, it's DJ Flowers, then D-Hop. And D-Hop is so close.
Yeah, agreed. It's definitely a close coin flip between D-Hop and Flowers. Garrett Wilson, unfortunately, is out of the equation.
Yeah.
It's hard to trust him. So, Rolling Loud highlights. What's going on, man? He goes, I traded Hollywood for Javonte Williams. How did I do? I know it's nothing serious. I don't hate the trade. I think I like Javonte Williams as the player. I think that he's going to take time to develop. He's more of an end of the year guy than he is a right now guy. I don't hate that trade. I don't like Hollywood Brown at all. So for me, you're getting a good player for Hollywood Brown. So
Hollywood Brown was probably a guy you picked up on waivers, and you picked up a guy who's probably traded or probably who was drafted.
Yeah.
Hollywood Brown actually surprised me. And I was out on all Cardinals this year because of the fact that they're not going to have, their QB, and Dobbs have been kind of like, oh, all right, well,
yeah,
you're decent. Yeah, I don't hate it.
No, I don't hate it at all.
I don't hate it, but it does suck that Hollywood's been doing pretty good recently.
Yeah, but he had one good game, and it was against.
That's the scary part. Like, do they keep leaning on that? Like, that's
probably why he was able to get Javonte now.
Yeah.
Like, Javonte is worth it, I think.
He should be fine this week. Javonte might be fine this week against
the Bears. Like,
I hope you're playing the guy you traded too.
Yeah, that's always
the best.
Yeah.
You trade him the week of, and then you play the guy you got, and
I've done that.
Blows up.
Yeah. It's the worst feeling in the world. It really is. All right, so let's continue. Oh, wait, I just got a trade in. I don't want to mess up our whole thing. So we got Cadillac in the house going, should I veto this trade as a league manager, I guess? Or is that a league manager?
Yeah.
Okay. The answer is going to be no. There should be no vetoes.
I agree with certain things like that.
There should be no veto. And if you have to veto a trade, I don't think you veto this one. I think if the league is arguing about this, screw them. Honestly, this is between the two. But I still see DJ. I'd rather have DJ more than both those guys. Yeah.
Mixon. Look, what you're looking at is Schultz is not even an.
Well, I was going to say it's Mixon versus
Mixon and DJ Moore.
And Mixon is on a different tier.
That's the argument here, and you could probably tell the rest of the league, oh, well, just look at it, because Schultz irrelevant. Who cares? Like, CJ Stroud is not even looking his way, and he's, like, popping the ball off 50 down freaking to the other receivers. Like, it's Mixon and Moore here. Schultz is just a cherry.
Agreed. And you shouldn't have vetoes in your league.
Just leave it. Look, one of those guys is going to screw themselves.
Agreed. Let them. I've always said it, and I've said it 100 times for every league. There should not be vetoes in a league. If you have vetoes in a league, that means you don't that somebody. If one of your league mates can't trust you, or none of the league mates can trust you, that's a problem. And two, no one should give a shit what anyone else is doing. If me and Martin want to trade freaking, I don't fucking know, like Clayton Tune for, I don't fucking know, like Christian McCaffrey. If I want to make that trade with Martin right now, that shouldn't be vetoed. No one will like it, but I don't give a fuck. It don't matter what other people think. It's between me and him. We understand, and if you don't understand, you're the idiot.
One thing, it's there's an issue when you bring in new people to fantasy.
Agreed.
When you lose that 12th man, there's always a guy who might leave the league because they don't come back. Like, oh yeah, I'm done with it. All right, so you bring in a newbie.
Yeah.
You want to bring in someone who knows what they're doing.
Oh yeah.
If you bring in a newbie, the entire league's gonna vulture the crap out of them.
So. Wait. So can I still remove veto if league already started? See, this is where the issue is, and this is a whole thing. So if the league, this is my opinion about it. I have my own opinions about it. I have friends that have other opinions about this. I have a friend of mine that runs this dynasty league, and he runs it with an iron fist. He doesn't care what people thinks. He just does it. He just if he has something, if he wants to do something, he does it. He doesn't give a shit about what people have to think, and he just does his own thing.
It's just the way it is, man.
And or you have a situation like me and my brother. Me and my brother run our home league. We've been doing it for the last 15, 16 years. I give everybody a vote. Everybody has a vote. There are votes on certain things. When it comes to certain things like money, we vote it out. Everybody has a say. In this case, I've never had vetoes because I think it's absolutely ridiculous. But in this case, you have to ask your league, hey, you guys still want the veto in, but you have to keep it for the rest of the season and take it out at the end. That's my opinion about it, because if you already started with it, you kind of have to finish with it, because everyone was in the understanding of the rules in the beginning of the season, agreed to it, gave their money in, and now you have to kind of live with those rules. That's my thought on it and my opinion on it. I just think you have to wait.
This is such an NFL.com move right here.
Right.
This is such an.
They should just take that option out.
NFL.com. I'm Cadillac. Is this NFL.com?
I will laugh hysterically
if it's NFL.com, dude. Moving on, man.
So he goes, yeah, there's some newbies in the league. Some people drafted Chubb, just JK and Mike Williams, so they're trying to. Yeah, I get it, but you can't. No one should be given the power to say no to a trade that two other people gave. You know what I mean? Like, it shouldn't matter. I can't talk about this anymore. It's gonna make me angry. Ace, I'm gonna butcher this name. Asadi.
I got it. I offered Lamb, Evan Ingram for Kelsey or Godwin. I have other nice receivers. Man, you're gonna a Kelsey trade up in here?
Interesting.
Evan Ingram for Kelsey and Godwin.
If
this is another issue, no one's gonna give you
Kelsey and Godwin for
Ingram. Evan Ingram for Kelsey and Godwin.
Essentially, it's Lamb for Kelsey.
What is this?
But because if you really think about it,
so you offered Lamb with Evan Ingram.
Yes. But essentially, it's really
no way. No way. Kelsey, no way. Kelsey's better than freaking majority of the receivers in the league.
Yeah,
he's such a cheat code, man. Like, if you can make this trade and get Kelsey, do it. But if
he's looking to get Kelsey and Godwin, from what it looks like. He offered Lamb.
Yeah. I have other nice receivers. I mean, if you feel comfortable getting rid of Lamb, yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah, I'm not against that. If you can get Kelsey with that trade, go for it. Enjoy. Definitely enjoy. The person I offer might cry. Yeah. No, I knew that. All I'm saying is based on what the look of the trade is. It's essentially just those two players, because Evan Ingram and Godwin cancel each other out. So Cadillac goes, honestly, I hate the veto too, because in my main league, they accept trades and one day later they tell us to veto it. What?
Yeah, so it just simmers there and no one says anything when it originally happens, is what it's at. So
just let it happen.
Cadillac, is this NFL.com?
Yeah,
I need to know, man. I need to know.
Yeah.
I've done this too long. I've done this too long that this has to be NFL.
Rolling Loud highlights goes, I drafted JK and Chubb. I ended up trading CMC and Puka for AJ Brown, Jacobs, and Brian Robinson. Was nervous CMC was going to go next. Wow. Mm-hmm. Good for you. That's crazy. We got Brett in the house. What's going on, man? He goes, PPR. Start Miles Sanders or Alexander Madison. That's a tough one for me. Oof. Carolina, bottom of the
No,
barrel.
Miles Sanders.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
too
going
easy.
Miles Sanders.
That's hard for you. That's too easy for me.
Well, I'm saying because we were talking about his groin injury and all
Yeah,
that
but
stuff.
look, if they're gonna play him, they're gonna play him. Madison sucks. I don't care.
I know
He
that's
cannot
where
throughout the years I've seen people
Minnesota?
rely on him. He's not an RB1, guys. He's just not.
Minnesota's 11th against the run. That's my only drawback to it. Carolina
A one-legged Sanders can outdo Alexander any given.
Carolina is 30th against the run.
No, I'm sticking to my guns. I don't care.
No, that's fine. I was leaning Sanders. I'm just trying to kind of throw you off.
No,
Like,
and that's a very good argument. Like
it's a
very
great.
good
That's the
argument
only
for that.
argument I have for it.
I see your point, but no.
Yeah,
If obviously, if Sanders can't play, then your choice.
Oh,
is
you're
made.
going Madison. Yeah.
But if Sanders is playing 10 snaps, watch what he does with his 10 snaps compared to Alexander's 15 to 16 snaps.
Agreed. And Cam Akers will be kind of sprinkled in.
That's very true.
Yeah.
And this is probably why they went after him.
And they're apparently involved in the JT trade, like a JT trade as well. So I would,
they don't have faith in the guy.
No, they don't. So Cadillac goes, like the person that makes the trade is the one asking for the veto. What?
So the person who makes it, so take the like out of there. The person that makes the trade is asking for. So he made the trade, regretted his decision,
and is asking for the veto. No, sorry, you made the trade.
You sent Kelsey, my guy.
No,
No
this
one
isn't.
sends
No.
Kelsey. You sent Kelsey.
No. This isn't the Kelsey trade. This is a different trade.
It's not. I thought it was Cadillac.
Nah,
Kelsey trade.
Trust me, it's a different one.
No. That's
Masononi. Yeah,
that's us. Yeah.
So that's
nah.
different. Yeah, I'm kind of almost sick and tired of dealing with that veto thing. We want to know NFL.com or not. That's what we want to know.
I don't care.
I do care. Only
I need to know
platform.
what kind of format this is.
Yeah, I just need to know.
Just
I want to know the
endorphins,
platform.
my endorphins, please. If you say my second guess is ESPN.
Yeah. It's definitely one of the two. Anyway,
I'm gonna swing for the fences. NFL.com.
Yeah. So let's move forward. We're gonna go with the Washington Commanders, who are 2-1, going against their NFC East rivals, the Eagles, at 3-0. Eagles are favored by 8. The over/under is 43.5. Eagles side of the ball looks like Quez Watkins is out. Devontae Smith is injured, but it's only because he has an illness. And to answer your question there, Martin, it's ESPN. So ESPN 8-man full PPR league.
That was close.
Yeah, we thought so. Commanders don't have any big injuries that we care about. Other than that, I mean, honestly, I'm not playing anybody on the Commanders unless I absolutely have to.
I'm okay with Brian Robinson.
Yeah, Brian will get
fall
volume
into the end zone somehow.
Yeah. I would possibly play Gibson in a flex spot in deeper leagues, and that's only because they might get to a game script where they have to.
Pass more, yeah.
Yeah, and they honestly, the best way to beat the Eagles is going outside instead of running up the middle with Jalen Carter and freaking
those front seven are nasty. Yeah,
yeah. I would just keep the ball on the outside and just keep passing it out to Gibson and or Curtis Samuel and going out the outside. That's what I would do. Corner, the wide receivers, it's hard to trust Terry McLaurin and Dotson in this particular matchup. I think that Sam Howell is the most sacked quarterback in the league. This is, if you're going to play the Eagles defense, I mean, you're always going to play the Eagles defense.
Yeah.
But this is the week you're going to enjoy it.
Yeah. There's going to be people out there that have limited running backs, and you have to have Robinson.
Yeah. If you're going to play Robinson, you're going to have to, but I would very much
temper him and not put him in. That'd be great. Though.
Yeah. If you can set him, you can. Sam Howell, you're not playing. No, you're not playing. Hurts, you're playing Smith, Brown, Who are you playing with the running backs, Gainwell or Swift?
Swift.
Swift it is. I like Gainwell as a good handcuff. Keep him on your bench. You can't cut him. Can't cut him. He's just too good. Everyone else is kind of, like I said, hands off for the guys we mentioned before. All right, we got Trends Nor. What do you think about Pacheco this week? Don't you worry. We're going to get to Pacheco soon. But my good advice, I'm okay with it. Jets are middling at the run. They're 18th overall the last few weeks. I mean, that's after everything that happened. I'm good with Pacheco until further notice. So, yeah, can't really go wrong there. So let's move forward. Go on to the Cincinnati Bengals, who are 1-2, going against and at the Tennessee Titans at 1-2. Cincinnati is 2.5. The over/under is 41. The big news that came out today was Treylon Burks will be out for this game, so he will not be playing in this particular matchup. Henry and Hopkins, they only had a full practice on Friday, and they're off the injury report. They didn't practice at all otherwise, so be wary of that. Henry did this last year, but Hopkins is new to this. He can pretty much play at will. Mike Vrabel is pretty good about letting his vets not practice at all and play. So always be aware of that. Bengals, Burrow was a full go. He's good to go. Shouldn't be a problem. He said that he didn't have any setbacks. So for now, I don't have Burks anywhere. One guy that you can think about picking up that I would, I said this a couple weeks ago. Nick Westbrook-Akine. I mean, the guy is solid and will do well in Burks' stead. They're going to need to throw the ball here and there to keep up with the Bengals. I do think that in this particular case, it's not a bad idea to have him on some of your teams if you can. So for me, I like Nick Westbrook-Akine, but he's like a low, like break glass, have no one else on your team option. So, but that's just me, and Ron hates it. I don't care. That's just me. Other than that, D-Hop is playable. Henry is benchable, like we said before.
He's benchable. The only player I'm really playing here is D-Hop.
Yeah, for the Titans.
The Titans suck. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't care.
No, they do.
I don't care. The Titans suck, and they're not gonna be as good as the Bengals.
No.
Bengals, unfortunate because of Burrow's injury, which is going to linger, by the way. That is not going to.
No, he's going to be with that all year long.
So yeah, I mean, it sucks because I have high hopes for the Titans in future, but not this year, because I have Burks in a dynasty league, and Burks is one of those guys you just keep in a dynasty league because he's talented, but they have no line, they have no QB. Tannehill's just fading, and he's getting worse by the year as the older he gets.
Yeah,
it sucks.
They'll switch it up at one point, but right now he's just a solid backup for now, or solid QB, real life QB.
The Tennessee has to do 100. Like they should have traded Henry last year, but they didn't. He was fading, and they just don't.
Yeah, I should have traded him too. Spears, I don't hate, but he hasn't gotten enough. He's gotten involved, but he hasn't done anything with his involvement.
He can't do anything, Mike. It's the only option they have.
That's my whole point. Like, you can't play him yet. He's someone you stash and wait for that day where he's getting the start and you can see some production.
Yeah.
But right now, I don't see it. You're playing all your Bengals. Enjoy, have fun. I think Boyd can be played in situations. Anybody, just throw your Bengals in and enjoy the fun. We had a question before from Cadillac going Ridley or Ayuk. Nice. I'm going to have to lean that way too. I do like Ridley a lot though. So I'm going to split the
Ayuk's
difference.
healthy, even with Debo, he's still productive. Ayuk, again, is one of those guys you just leave on your roster and never worry about it.
Yeah. So would you, Neanderthal goes, would you sit Derek Carr and play James? I'm assuming James
It's a
Cook.
super flex.
Oh, if it's super flex, then James Cook.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I would just.
The
would
thing
take
is, earlier I was so hyped about Taysom Hill because if Derek Carr doesn't play,
yeah,
I'm putting Taysom Hill in my tight end spot.
yeah,
Not at the super flex though, but yes, I would put James Cook at the super flex.
Yeah, James Cook for sure.
If Derek doesn't play, if Derek plays, then who cares about Taysom Hill?
Yeah, for sure. So we're moving right along. We're at the 4:00 games. We're almost there. I promise, Martin. And you're a trooper, so thank you for sticking with us.
I wasn't going to stay this long either.
I know. That's why I'm saying thank you. You're the best. So we have the Raiders at 1-2 going to Los Angeles to face the Chargers at 1-2. Los Angeles is favored by 5.5. Over under is 48.5. Chargers, they will be without Corey Lindsey, their center, and and Austin Eckler will be doubtful, which I'm just going to say he's out. And Derwin James is also going to be doubtful, aka out. Joshua Kelly gets one more week of relevance, but right now he's incredibly low on my list. So I would only start him in break glass situations. Jimmy G is questionable and still technically in concussion protocol. He does have until tomorrow to get out of it. So if he had practices all week, he practiced it. Yeah, he was fine. He has to pass the neurological, which would be tomorrow, and he has to do it before, I think, 3 or 4 o'clock Eastern.
I think it's
4. Yeah, it's 4 o'clock Eastern. So if he passes, he's good to go. Then I'd feel a lot better about the receiving options for the Raiders. Guys like Adams, Myers, those are the only two I trust. I don't trust any of the tight ends. Austin Hooper and Meyer are dead. You can't really play them at all. Jacobs is fine. Play him, especially against the Chargers. Chargers side of the ball, we were talking about it before. Kelly, like I said, is not someone I trust. But if you need a running back in a pinch because you're short at running back, he's someone you can grab. No,
Someone's playing Joshua Kelly because they were the guy who lost both Dobbins and freaking Chubb
and Eckler and whoever and picked him up off way. You have to play him in some situations. If you have to play him, this might be a good week to do it. Raiders are 25th against the run. I don't like it any more than you do. The big play in this is the Joshua Palmer. I think Joshua Palmer is a solid play this week. In any format, throw him in. I think he'll be just fine. Gerald Everett, you cannot play until you're not playing him at all. I think at least at this point, Darnold Parham is kind of,
No, Parham's wheels up, man.
Yeah, Parham has been taking care of business.
Palmer's wheels up. I'm okay.
So that's what I have to say about that. That game is hard to really go more in depth about. Honestly, it's just those guys. It should be a decent game. Higgins versus Tennessee or Waddle versus Buffalo. This is a good question.
I like this one.
They're both high on my list. So
yeah, but the issue is one has a banged up QB, one's banged up himself.
Agreed.
I'm still gonna lane Higgins.
I'm going Higgins because of the matchup.
Yeah.
They're both the same person to me. Like Higgins and Waddle are the same player and same tier as where I rank them. I'm going with Higgins because one, he's one of my favorite wide receivers to watch. 2, Tennessee is just putrid against the pass. So I'm doing that. Ronald, I'm not saying to play him, but some situations you might have to.
Oh, yeah. If that's your only running back, you have to.
You have to. And he's in a decent matchup, so you can hope and pray that he does okay. Would y'all trade HN for Ayuk?
In a heartbeat.
We already did this one. Yeah.
I think someone asked this. I think
it was Roberto. Yeah. The answer is yes. I would do it. I would definitely do it. Yeah, they are very bad. So Tenzor goes, bro, Henry is due, and since he is so bad at stopping the run, it's a perfect storm. Henry will go off this week, bro. I hope so too. I have to play him in a couple leagues. I have no choice in my dynasty league. I lost Chubb, Barkley, and JT, and Henry's the only guy I have left. So I kind of have to, yeah, dude. That my dynasty team took a gut shot to the running back. Yeah, I had no choice. I'm playing him and Gibbs as my two running backs, and then I have Joshua Kelly. So it's like, I'm in a bad spot. Bad spot. All right, so let's go on to the Patriots versus the Cowboys. Patriots are 1-2 going against the Cowboys at 2-1 in Dallas. It is they are 6.5 point favorites. Over under is 43 points. The biggest question mark in this game is Zach Martin. He is questionable for this game. Tyron Smith is also out for this game for the Cowboys. That's just significant for that particular line. I mean, you're not playing Mac Jones, so his week one of being QB2 is no longer a thing. He's gone now.
Oh yeah, no, I even dropped him myself for CJ Stroud.
Yeah, there's just he's gone and over. I don't think I would feel comfortable playing Devontae Parker. I have to in a couple leagues, but Devontae Parker is the only.
Oh, there's got to be better.
I'm saying there are some situations where you might think, hey, do I play Parker? Parker might not be a horrible play, but to be honest, I'm not playing unless I absolutely have to.
Horrible play. I don't know about that. I'm pretty sure that, Dallas
is going to keep Jones on his back.
Yes. Look, what we saw in Arizona, it's
a fluke. Yeah. It was definitely a trap game. That was a trap game of all trap games. It was. It was just a really bad game. I don't see it happening again with the Patriots.
Yeah.
You got to play Lamb. You have to play Pollard. You could play Dak if you absolutely freaking have to. Jake Ferguson, I think, is viable. Otherwise, on the other side, I think it's Stevenson and Henry. And Henry is a very low-end play because they're actually pretty good at covering the tight end in general.
Yeah.
So I would and they have good cover linebackers
they
in
have
general.
to put Mike on them, too.
Yeah.
Mike has kind of been a little bit both.
Yeah, he's been running it.
Where he's playing middle, and then there's been majority he's been offset end. But, I mean, there have been some plays where he's playing a little middle.
Right now, they're 10th. They're 10th. The Cowboys are 10th against the tight end. So, honestly, it is what it is on that case. Stevenson, you're playing because you have to, but you should lower your expectations. Cowboys are third ranked against the run, so it is what it is. Otherwise, there's not much else in this game that I really care about. So Anthony has an update. So they scored and converted a 2-point conversion to tie it with 3 minutes left. Got the stop and went down and scored to take the lead 26-20. And my son's best friend got a strip sack, forced fumble recovery for the win. Let's fucking go. I think I lost my voice. Good for you, Ant. I'm glad to hear it. That's awesome. I'm glad that that's all happening.
That's good.
Steve, would you sit Lamb? No. Just play Lamb. You're fine. If you're going Lamb or Puka, you're playing Lamb.
How many good receivers do you have? You didn't have that option.
I know, right? I mean,
Lamb is just one guy you just put in.
Yeah, you're gonna have to just play Lamb. Just play Lamb. It's fine. Yeah. No. I took a minute and it's best, and I hope I did. I hope I said best because I know in my heart of hearts I probably said Bear. Anyway, let's move on to the Cardinals. Cardinals are 1-2 versus the 49ers at San Francisco, who are 3-0. San Francisco is 14-point favorite. Oh my God, 44 over under, and I'm assuming.
Can we make this one easy?
Yeah. Oh no, it's easy. Play Connor if you want to. If you have no other choice, and
Well,
basically
he's probably most RB1's high end too. So
it is what it is. You're gonna play. Yeah, it's bad. Debo is late. He was late, questionable. He hasn't practiced all week. So he is still listed as questionable, not practicing all week with a rib and knee injury. Just you better have somebody if you're playing Debo.
yeah,
Have somebody behind him in one way or another in the Chiefs game, the Giants game, have it in that 4:00 window because you're not going to know until game time because he looks like a real game time decision. Ayuk is good to go. He practiced all week. He is set. He's going to be out there. Juwan Johnson is doubtful, or Juwan Jennings, he's out. He's going to be doubtful. Just keep him out of your lineup. I don't see, if in this situation, I think Ayuk is going to be the lead dog and everything's going to be fine. Elijah Mitchell popped up on the injury report with a knee injury. That's never good. Anytime that Elijah Mitchell is on the injury report, that's a bad thing. You don't want him on the injury report. Cardinals, Hollywood Brown was limited with a thumb injury this week. Just be aware. Like I said, I'm not starting any Cardinals except for maybe James Conner. And the only guy, I'm playing all your San Francisco 49ers. That's an easy one. I don't think there's anything else you can do here. Enjoy it. Like I said, with Debo being a questionable and a real low-end questionable, I would pretty much have any wide receiver that's in those 4:00 windows. I would find somebody and make sure you have them. So
yeah, but if you have Ayuk though, I'm still playing him.
Oh no! I'm playing Ayuk regardless.
Yeah, even if Debo was 100% healthy, I'm still playing.
Oh no, I'm saying if you are the guy with Debo, have somebody.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah.
That's all. All right, cool. So we're gonna move on to the Sunday night football game with the Swifts at 2-1 versus the Kansas City Swifts going. Okay, Kansas City Chiefs. I know it was bad. Kansas City Chiefs at 2-1 going against the Jets at 1-2. Sorry.
There's memes going around on Sleeper that they even changed.
Oh, they did. No, I looked at it. I saw it. They changed it. It's fantastic. So for those who haven't seen it yet, go on to Sleeper, type in Travis Kelce. You will see Taylor Swift as his avatar. It's hilarious. Anyway, so Kansas City is favored by 9.5 at the Jets. Remind you, they are at MetLife Stadium, and they are favored by 9.5. 41.5 is the over-under total. Chiefs, the only thing, Kadarius Toney was on the injury report. He is no longer on the injury report. Ron has the idea here. Sit all your Jets. You can maybe play Breece Hall if you really want to. He's the same thing as James Conner, in my opinion, in this case. If you're going to need to play him. Yeah. But Garrett Wilson, I'm not there yet. He's on my bench. I'm done. I have him in a dynasty league. I was so happy when Aaron Rodgers came in. I had the wide receiver one in dynasty. Everybody was like, "Oh my god!" And I should have took every freaking offer that was thrown my way because no one could suspect this was going to happen.
No,
you know what I mean. And now that he's with Zach Wilson, it's like, it's just it hurts my heart. So in this case, you can't play any of your Jets. I can't in my right mind tell you to play Garrett Wilson without understanding that you're in a bad situation. Like if you're in a bad situation, you have to play him, but I don't like it. Like I just don't feel comfortable doing it. Play all your Chiefs. If you had to pick a Chiefs wide receiver, who are you playing?
Oh, dude, no.
Is it Rice? Is it Ross? Is it Watson? Is it Moore? Is it MVS? Who's the guy that you like the most out of this group?
Rice.
Yeah, it's Rice. I have to say Rice. I'm obligated to say Rice because Anthony will yell at me if I don't.
It has to be Rice. I don't think any.
Oh, he did? Okay, so Anthony added it just so people can see it. If you can't zoom on in, there it is. Taylor Swift as Travis Kelce's avatar. Hilarious. I love it. Hey, I know some people are
They
done
fixed
here.
it now, though, but earlier it was like that.
Oh, I saw it. Oh, they just fixed it? Okay.
I don't think you'll find Kelsey like that again, but I think it was thrown everywhere.
Yeah. It was fun. But yeah, that's the basic gist of that. So let's move on to the game, the Monday night game. The Seahawks are 2-1 going against my Giants at 1-2 at MetLife. They're going to have 2 games at MetLife in 2 days. Good for them. I did take the comment off. Enough backseat producing. Giants are favored by 1.5. The over-under is 47.5. Right now, Giants, Saquon Barkley has been limited all week. I saw a video of his practice, and he didn't look too bad. He should be listed as questionable coming in. I think he plays, but I would definitely have a backup. Have Breida, have somebody.
No, Breida, no. Have somebody else. Anybody else but him.
No. I'm saying if you're the Barkley owner,
yeah,
I don't care. I'm fine with Breida. I'm fine with because he got 82% of the snaps. I don't want to hear it. You can go if you for some you might have Lockett. You might have so you want Brightside? Do you want Gary Brightside for your team?
No, I'd rather have Rico Dowdle than Breida.
Okay, but Rico Dowdle, you're playing him Sunday night over Barkley.
No, I mean if Barkley's playing, you're playing Barkley. If Barkley's out, I mean, but I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna have a backup that deep, Rico Dowdle's your guy. That deep.
But then that means you're playing Dowdle over Barkley. If Barkley does play, then you're
he's gonna play.
Okay,
you're gonna put him in your lineup. Yeah,
I feel like Barkley's going to play. They're optimistic about it. They think that he might play. The only person that's going to be out for the Giants is Andrew Thomas. Andrew Thomas is out with a hamstring. So I hope that Barkley plays. If you're watching Barkley, please play. But honestly, it's one of those things where you just want to have somebody in that Monday night game so that you can flex him in and play him if you have to, because in that small chance he does not play, I'm telling you now, you're going to be in a bad spot, and then you're going to have to play a guy like freaking Gary Brightside, or you're going to have to play DJ Dallas. Like, those are going to be your options if you don't grab somebody or have somebody available. I think Breida is a better option, and exactly, I see why so much hate on Breida. He was good in San Francisco, and he had some breakout games that we've seen. He played well last week. He didn't do horrible. I understand it was like 15 for 30 something and a touchdown. I get it, but that's better than nothing, So at this point, I'd rather have him. We'll see how he does. We'll see. On the Seahawks side of the ball, Jamal Adams is coming back. He should be good to go for the Seahawks. He did question retirement, but he's coming back to the Meadowlands. He's going to play. DK Metcalf practicing full. He's good to go. We'll see how that goes. I think you're playing your Seahawks. I think the only guys that we can have question marks about are JSN and Zach Charbonnet. Would you play either one of those guys?
I heard Zach. What was the other one?
Zach Charbonnet and JSN.
Oh, yeah. I'm actually a little excited about Charbonnet now.
Okay.
The workload has been increasing.
Slowly but surely, but yeah.
And Walker's still the guy, but
Walker is definitely the guy.
If the game comes to a point where the Giants are just getting blown out of the water, we can see freaking Charbonnet for like a good fourth quarter. Yeah.
And I can agree with that. I don't see this being a blowout. I see this being more even than people think. I mean, it's 47.5 points. The line is 1.5 for the Giants. I mean, I do see this more maybe in favor of Seattle than the Giants, but I mean, I'm a Giants fan. I'm going to root for the Giants, but in this case, this could lean a little bit more towards Seattle's side. I think they are a more formidable defense than what we give them credit for. And you can attest to that. I mean, they have Bobby Wagner with Jordan Brooks in that linebacking core. Reed, who's one of the best D tackles out there, very underrated D tackle. They have such a really good
Yeah, Newsom's back there as well.
Yeah.
Like it's a good defense enough to stop, and that's what I'm saying. Like,
And the Giants are
Barkley can
beat
get
up on
something
the
done.
left side. They're just beat up on our left side. Like, honestly, you just throw all your best guys on your left and are their right, and just basically just keep coming. I mean, we don't have anything to stop you.
Yeah.
We have a really bad line. It is what it is. Who can't beat the Giants there, Ron? Arizona Cardinals. That's who can't beat them.
You would think that.
Yeah, I know.
You would think that. I would say, I don't know.
For the Giants,
I
you
would
got to
say
play
the Bears, but yeah, that's just me.
You got to play Daniel Jones. To be honest, I think Daniel Jones should do just fine against Seattle. The other picking a Giants wide receiver is worse than playing roulette. I mean, I think the best floor is Darius Slayton. I think the best ceiling is Hodgins. Maybe
Robinson is your safety blanket kind of here.
Who?
Robinson
is it? Yeah, but see, I don't see Robinson as a play yet. Like, I think he's someone you're stashing in deep leagues and Dynasty. I still have him on my taxi. I don't even think he's someone you start yet. I think right now it's between Slayton and Hodges, and I really do think at one point Hyatt will come out of.
Yeah, I'm glad.
I think
Hyatt will after week 8 or so. We'll.
Oh, for sure. Hyatt for me is the equivalent of. I'm trying to find a good equivalent for him. That like a rookie that just has such great burst and speed and like is only used like twice.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But he's good. Okay, maybe Jameis Williamson, from before, but he's just a solid player. He has all the potential to do well, and we're just not using him.
Yeah.
Waller is a bottom end tight end 1. You just kind of have to. Yeah, Mims might be a good example. Like what Mims has really done recently, Mims might be it. But Slayton is definitely the guy for me as the floor, just because he sees more targets lately. So makes COD great again. What's going on? Please rank Burrow, Richardson, and Cousins. Rest of season 8-teamer. Well, rest of season for me. Are they ranked currently where they currently place? Because if that's the case, Burrow is going to be like number 3 or 2 on this list. But seriously, I think it's more Cousins, Burrow, and Richardson.
Yeah.
And honestly,
that I'm telling you, that injury is going to linger all season.
I agree.
That calf is going to. There's so much ligaments that go through the calf muscle that
I
from
know.
both your ankle and knee. That Burrow's never going to play well. Like what we're used to, Cool Joe until next season.
Yeah.
And it sucks. It really does. But he's still better than majority of the league.
Yeah, well, that's my whole point. Even with one leg, he's better. But it's his right leg, which is his push-off leg. That's the problem.
Burrow and Richardson is how I would put it, too.
Yeah. That's just my way of honestly, Richardson has the better floor because of the rushing. But I don't.
He can have the highest ceiling here if he
Agreed.
Fixes up his damn throws.
But the problem, I can't. I don't see the path yet. I'm not there yet.
It's going to take time. We won't see it until like maybe year 3, probably.
Yeah. So we'll have to wait and see, honestly. But that's the way I do it. So Steve goes, would you rather start Travis Etienne or Mostert for running back? That's a good one. I'm gonna
Mostert because he's healthy.
Yeah, I mean it's a better matchup overall. Atlanta is actually 5th best against the run. Buffalo is 10th, and I think that's gonna sway my opinion here. So yeah, I think I'm going to go Mostert until further notice. And that's tough to say.
You could dodge Milano and Bernard every now and then.
Yeah,
they're good, but yeah, I'll say Mostert. He's healthy. Why not?
Anthony says ETN for him. I get it. I'm going to go Mostert. So Anthony says, for those guys, it's hard to rank. AR has the upside. Cousins is boom or bust, and Burrow, I think, will be fine. He just needs to get a full healthy before he's Big D. Big D.
Yeah,
Big Dick Joe again. Yeah, I agree.
That might not be until next year, and that's what sucks.
Yeah. I mean, this is another. My other point is Cousins has the most passing yards in the NFL. What world did I go to when I was accidentally walked through that wormhole? Yeah, man. I've always been on Kirk Cousins. I traded for him in our Dynasty League. I traded for him and Jared Goff.
He's just not anything exciting, but he gets the work done, and that's the thing.
Everyone keeps saying how good Justin Jefferson is. How do you think Justin Jefferson?
Yeah, exactly.
Damn all.
That's exactly look. That's exactly how I felt about certain quarterbacks, in their careers. It's like, dude, you're producing the wide receiver one. How are you not liking this guy?
Exactly. I mean, Tua is a good option, and everyone keeps just shitting on him for everything from last year. I'm like,
he's like that all the time. Trust me, I know.
It was
14 years of it, and it just happens.
Yeah. So we got Dr. Clutch going 10 man PPR flex. Javonte, Addison, Mostert, D-Hop, and Dameon Pierce. I think we have to lean Mostert in this particular equation.
Yeah, Mostert.
I like it. I think Mostert is the option here. I think you have really good options otherwise, so I don't think you're in a bad spot. So Mostert for me. Anthony goes, Vikings have no run game, really. This is what we expected and why JJ was being drafted 101. Yeah, that's exactly why. Because Kirk Cousins is probably – and honestly, Kirk Cousins is – if you had to put QBs in a category of real football and IQ, the whole deal, throwing the ball, accuracy, the whole enchilada of quarterback, Kirk Cousins is a top 5 quarterback. In real life, he is a top 5 quarterback. If you look at the list of quarterbacks that they have, take fantasy out of the equation. Is Jalen Hurts a good quarterback in real life?
Nah.
He's middle of the road. He has decent accuracy. He can run the ball.
He's up there, but it's I could name other handful of guys before him.
Okay. And Anthony argues this.
But for fantasy, he's probably top.
Oh yeah, no, he's top 3 in that. I get that. But my whole point is and Anthony argues this with me all the time, so I'm kind of glad he's not here. But if you took, let's just say you take out the rushing ability of a quarterback, take that out.
Okay.
I don't want to see the rushing part of it. Let's just talk about the passing.
Okay.
For 1 second. I understand. Just let's take the passing yards of a quarterback. I understand right now he's leading the league. I'm saying beyond all of this, let's just take passing yards for a quarterback or passing ability of a quarterback. Would someone like Jalen Hurts or guys like Josh Allen
Josh Allen, you can't know. That dude has a bazooka.
Okay. Bazooka is one thing, touch is another.
Okay, no, you can't put Josh Allen. Josh Allen is just a giant moose who has an arm and can run.
Agreed.
That's unfair. But Jalen, I can say, would not survive in a world without the run because he scrambles just outside the hash marks to get a better throw.
Yeah,
and it's okay, but that's what he's good at. Now, thank goodness that the league today is what we rely on, a little bit of speed, and that's what he has, and that's what makes him good.
But if you had guys like I said, for real life quarterbacks that you're not involving the run, you guys have guys like Lamar who are talked about all the time, Justin Fields who are always talked about, Jalen Hurts who are always talked about. Those guys fall to the bottom of the pile because they aren't even close to it. Then on top of all that, who would you put at the very top of that list? For me, Kirk Cousins. You're putting up Joe Burrow. You're putting up, I'm sad to say, but even Matthew Stafford. He's still accurate with the ball and can still get it out and still can read a defense better than most in most situations. Justin Herbert, I throw up in that category. I throw up Tua in that particular category. Who else do I have
I'm
on
waiting
this?
for a name, and I hope you say it, but I don't know if you'll say it.
Trevor Lawrence, I throw into that conversation. Mahomes is already at the top, so let's just keep him at the top. But
He kind of scrambles now too, man.
yeah, but he's less
He
of a
doesn't
scrambler.
rush forward, but he scrambles out just outside the house.
He rushes for 500 yards, which is for fantasy perfect. I'm not going to put Geno in this particular category. CJ Stroud is killing it, but he's not anywhere close to what he should
Still
be.
one guy, and I want to know if you're going to put him there.
Is it Russ?
No.
Okay.
Well,
because Russ would be the bottom of this tier that I'm talking about.
okay. Russ could be in there, but he's
the bottom of Derek Carr. Is that who you're thinking of?
No.
Derek
so those
Carr,
are your bottom guys. So okay, so the guy I'm thinking of is a lot higher.
Well, no, those aren't my bottom guys. I'm labeling all those top guys, like the guys that for me for a quarterback that is a passing quarterback.
Okay.
Are you thinking No, not Dak Prescott.
No.
Who? Tell me.
Jared Goff.
Oh, Jared Goff. I keep forgetting about him.
I think is really
good. No, Jared Goff is underrated as hell.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly, him and Cousins are in that top 5.
That's why I was surprised you just took forever to say him. Now.
Sorry, I thought I said him, to be honest.
No, I think he's one of the best pocket passers out there.
Oh no, he is.
No hate or if anybody hates him, really, it's like okay, well, he did really good in the Rams and he did really good with the Lions. It's like
he's incredibly accurate. He is incredibly accurate, and he's one of my favorite passing quarterbacks. Him and Cousins. They are the epitome of the quarterback position as a whole. I'm not a big fan of the whole running.
Yeah,
and
but
all
we
that.
live in a society where we're in a league now. So
I don't know. I went off on a tangent because I
know. Why are we talking about this? I'm just curious.
I don't know. I went off on a tangent.
I was like, I don't know.
It is what it is. All right, let me get some of these end reads done. Make sure you guys check out Underdog Fantasy. Please make sure you guys use the promo code GetRight. They also have Resurgence Best Ball coming in. I think it's from week 6 to 17. So you get to do Best Ball all over again. So check them out. That's going to be coming out soon. So keep an eye out for that if you aren't already. Make sure when you guys register, use the promo code GetRight right here, and they will double your first deposit. So make sure you guys check them out as well. Also, like I said, we are aiming to get to our 1,000th subscriber. We are very, very, very close. 14 away. Memory serves me right. I could be wrong. But we are looking to give away this Trophy Smack ring for our 1,000 subscribers. So make sure you guys check out and keep an eye out for our 1,000 subscriber giveaway video. We will be posting it once we get closer to that particular goal, but the only way we can get there is with your help. So please make sure you guys send it out, tell your friends, get them involved. We want to get up there. We're so close. We can almost taste it. We appreciate all those that have been part of this. Martin, who has been here from the start. I've gotten to know Martin very well and appreciate everything that he does.
Excited for you guys, man.
And
really.
Yeah,
once you guys hit 1,000, you guys will be able to
start doing so much more.
Do a lot more. Like you guys can raid into other fantasy football channels, like send your viewers to them as long as they have it open. I think I've mentioned this
you have
months ago. So it would be exciting for your viewers that you guys can like say we have West Coasters or East Coasters that wake up early or West Coasters that stay up late. And if there's somebody on, you could just send them on over.
Yep.
If they have their gates open for that. So I think it's kind of cool for you guys.
Yeah, and I'm excited about it. And we're only 13 people away, 14 to get over the mark. So please make sure you guys are sending your friends over. We're so close. We can just taste it. I mean, I was with these guys from the start and love seeing this, build up to 1,000. So please make sure you guys send it out. I'm so thankful for everything. Thankful for Anthony and all of them.
I told you.
What did you tell me?
No, I'm looking at Anthony. Anthony forgot I told you guys that months ago.
Oh, okay.
I remember specifically texting you that.
Yeah. Wow.
What a dickhead.
Yeah. This is how much we love each other. But please make sure you guys check us out. Make sure you guys like the video. If you're already subscribed, keeps us going in the algorithm as well. So make sure you guys do that. I will be back here on Sunday. I will be here for our morning show. I will not be posting the British game again because I did that once and I got yelled at. But I will be giving you guys, little bits and pieces while that game goes on. I'm going to have it on in the background for me, and I'll give you guys updates during the game as well as actives and inactives. And then we're going to do just everything we can during that time and help you guys set your league, set up your lineups for Sunday for week 4. So I want to thank Martin so much for being here. Thank you so much for taking an extra hour out of your day to help. So I really do appreciate it, bro. It means a lot to me. So thank you. And overall, thanks everybody that's been in the chat. Thank you so much for helping us out, keeping us moving all night. So thank you so much. Yeah, I almost got us shut down for that. I remember I played the London game in the background. And
dude.
Oh, it was
big
horrible. That's a big no-no. So make sure you guys come back. Check me out on Sunday. We're also going to be here on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday back again. So thanks, Martin, again. I really appreciate it. Make sure you guys check out Dynasty Pylon on the Nerd Huddle. Do you have anything?
Man, just go straight Dynasty Pylon, dude.
Oh, well, then go to Dynasty Pylon.
Yeah, just look it up, man. Like, Nerd Huddle is we are Nerd Huddle.
Yeah.
But that channel, like, I don't want to promote that channel because we are not airing stuff on that channel anymore.
Oh, okay.
It's literally just straight up Dynasty Pylon.
Then go right to Dynasty Pylon. What are you guys working on?
We focus on Dynasty and IDP. My brain works differently. I'm always thinking outside the box. I'm so tired of this redraft offensive stuff. So I think differently. I do things out of the ordinary. I know I just started up a new league idea, doing week 4 build the blocks, which if you guys come over and you are more interested in what the hell I just mentioned, the build the blocks, it's my own idea. I don't think anyone's done it, but I'm always doing leagues with chat. Next year we'll do something similar to that. And but we give out a jersey every 100 subscriber. And also we are on multiple times a week.
Yes,
and the crew over there is awesome. Me and Brian are just the best. So
yes,
but then also, if you guys don't have Red Zone or anything, if you guys ever come to our chat and something and you guys just can't afford it or whatever, I do. If sometimes some of my chatters say, hey, are you able to put Red Zone on? I have a Discord. I put it on for them if I'm home that weekend. So
nice.
That's what I do. And just join our Discord and I leave it on. So as long as my internet's freaking cranking and I'm home, I'll put it on for you guys. But yeah.
Nice. That's great to hear. And Martin is one of the hardest working guys out there, one of the most underappreciated guys. I haven't even seen I keep pushing your name out there all the time to anybody that I've met.
Nah, we're still small, man. It's cool, dude.
I'm
not even worried about it, dude. Like, I love what I do.
I know you do.
We're not even at 400 yet, guys. Like, I love what I do. There's nobody else in this level who's gonna talk football. So
get them up. They need to be up higher. Honestly, they work hard. Martin is one of the hardest working guys I've met, and he really I want everybody to show their appreciation by subscribing to their show if you haven't already. So please make sure you guys check out Martin. Honestly, and beyond that, thank you all for watching tonight. I really appreciate it. We will see you guys on Sunday. And for Dustin, for Frank, for Rasta, who is celebrating his win with his son, thank you all for joining us. We will see you all next time. Later. See ya.
Wanted to white fantasy is the play. Marking nothing, but I tune in every Friday. Strategy